to yourself? Do you think
sexually?
so?
Like you think that you've done not that you've done everything.
Done everything.
You think you did it. I'm
not gonna lie.
I think Mandy
you
has
think
done
you're the
everything.
nicest you could have ever been.
The only thing I haven't done was swim with whale sharks. I told you, like, I don't think there's anything that I haven't done, and I've watched
you sold
like
drugs?
I did sell drugs. I did. So when I was in Miami, I sold Molly for about 2 weeks, but I shared this story. It got real bad. They were looking for my neighbors. So when the cops came, they was knocking, really looking for my neighbors, but I thought they was coming for me because they knew I was slanging Molly.
I've never sold drugs a day in my life.
I flushed them all down the toilet.
You flushed it down the toilet?
But wait, I tried to.
You would sling
No,
Molly.
but listen.
Of all the drugs,
right,
it would be Molly.
Something that gets you hyped up to fuck,
yeah,
right?
exactly. I'm right. To get you rolling while you having sex.
This is when I was living in South Beach. This is when Molly was the drug to take, because even like, and I ain't telling on y'all, but even like in the NBA, that was the only thing that got out your system so quick, like the niggas could take it during the season.
Yeah, that shit was meth too.
Is that what it was?
A lot of bad Molly was meth and people didn't know it.
So I got it pure and I cut that shit with vitamin C, so you ain't really have to drink orange juice with mine. And I was mixing. I was kind of way at my dining room table, like, what's up?
And so the cops came and you were like, no, oh my God, I can't go down.
So I put it in the toilet.
You wasn't gonna take whatever came?
No, but check this out. When they said that they was just looking for my neighbors, bitch, I ran to that toilet so quick and tried to save what I could. I was like, oh, bitch, I'm still gonna sell this shit. And I just saved, because, they was in the vegan capsules. So some of them, didn't melt all the way. So I was like, oh, I'm still sell this shit.
Oh my God.
So
see, I'm too clumsy and I'm a bad liar. So there was just no way I was ever gonna sell drugs. I mean, I dabbled with drug dealers in my younger days, but that was then I was in the passenger seat of a car that was getting shot at, and I had to roll the seat all the way back to not die. And I was like, I don't think
when I tell you that was the longest 2 weeks of my life, because me and this white boy went half. White boy got scared and didn't want to sell it and tried to like muscle me into selling his work, and then I had to get like my homeboys involved, and they like brought out their gun.
This sounds like that show Claws on TNT right now.
I'm telling you. And I was really ready. But you know what? We go sit here and just get ready to get there with the show. And y'all know how we starting. And welcome to See the Thing Is. Y'all hear another voice on the motherfucking mic. There's 3 of us today.
There's
3 of us, baby.
Yes.
Shout out. Who we got?
Three's Company. Yeah.
You said you liked old music, Wayno.
No, I do. I swear to God, I do. No,
you on the auntie show.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you why this is so funny. This song. I'm gonna tell you why this song is so funny.
I mean, what did you expect? You came on the auntie show, baby.
It was either this or March Madness, and we can't give Future that kind of burn. This is still a women's podcast.
I was not going to play Future on here. I was not going to play Future on here.
No, you know why I thought? You know why that's funny? The Bone song, because it's like when I was in school, if you knew the lyrics to a Bone record, all the girls liked you.
I was so cool.
Wow.
Like think about that. Remember, like. I don't know how old everybody is in here.
I'm 30. I'm 34.
I'm the baby.
All right, I'm 38.
I'm 30.
Right, so like when I was in school, like if you knew the lyrics to a song and you could say it, like people be like, yo, he know the song, he know the lyrics to the Bone song, and you knew it, everybody was on you.
Well, yeah, because nobody ever understands.
What was your favorite Bone song?
Damn, it's shit. The shit from the Set It Off soundtrack. That's one of them.
What's it called?
Oh.
Look into my eyes and you can see that we are more than thugs, more than thugs.
You know what's crazy?
That one.
On my MySpace page, I had a Bone Thugs song.
Days of Our Lives. That was that shit.
That was on my MySpace page. And y'all know I'm young.
That East 1999.
It's the thuggish, ruggish Bone.
Yeah, that was my shit too.
That was literally on my MySpace page forever.
For real?
Yeah. I loved it.
East 1999 was my shit too.
But I'm glad. I mean, I'm not glad it's the first of the month. For a lot of y'all know how them bills be coming out. Yeah. And that's what I actually wanted to talk about, because I felt like, damn, I'm really an adult, because in 2021, I have autopay set up. And you know what I mean?
First of all, like, that is some rich shit. Let's start there.
Okay.
Let's just be clear. Let's be fucking. I tell y'all every week that Mandii is my rich friend, and now y'all fucking understand why. Because my bitch has autopay.
Even on my rent, my
for
phone,
rent
like,
to be on autopay, it's a different type of rich.
And I feel like that's why they don't bother me no more, because bitch, moving in, they was acting like I was not who I was supposed to be moving in.
That's the best feeling. Like, I ain't gonna lie, the best feeling ever is when like all my shit was paid, and like my bills is all on auto pay, but then still having money after that is the realest shit ever. I was like,
that
damn.
feels so good. Damn. Or when you pay your bills and you look at your account and you don't even feel like it moved. Cause it's like, damn.
She talking heavy. Like,
see what I'm saying? I told you. Sorry.
She talking heavy.
I told you, this is my rich friend.
I feel you though. I feel you.
Friend.
Listen, that's a lot of hard work though. That's what people don't realize about that. That should take a lot of years of like not only getting money but learning how to handle your money.
I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, I've been having even talks with my accountant, like, I'm setting up this 401k and stuff. I have such real anxiety as far as money handling and the money that I have now. Like, I was talking between taxes, 401k, and just moving and stuff. I was like, I just spent $60,000 in a month and a half. And like in my heart like dropped with that money because I'm like, I remember, even I talked to my accountant, I was like, do I really have to pay $20,000 a year into my 401k? Like, what if I don't even make it? Like, I could use that money now. And just my mindset of money is like, I feel like I'm doing something with a savings account. And now I'm around rich people and they're like, so your money just sits there? That's not smart.
But you suffer from poverty PTSD.
Oh my God, it's so
which is a very real fucking thing.
No.
And we talk about it all the time. It's like we're afraid to spend money on things that we have worked really hard to get to. You know what I'm saying? But it's like simple things.
It's
simple
so
things.
bad.
Like things at the grocery store. Like I'm looking at meat at the grocery store, pause. And I'm like, it's for, I'm looking at,
pausing.
I have to pause. I would have paused it anyway. It's ingrained in me at this point.
Right.
Well, I like looking at meat.
I'm at the grocery, not at the grocery store.
Sorry.
So I'm looking at like stuff that's $6.99 a pound versus $8.99 a pound, and I'm like, nope, I'm getting the one that's $7.43, not the one that's $12.89. Like I'm looking at stuff like that, but it's like, bro, it's food. Like,
do you have that too? Because I know you like a get money nigga. You gonna get money regardless. But did you ever like do you feel that even now? Like where you?
Hell yeah. The thing is like when I started making money that I never made before, it scared me. Yeah. Because I was just like, I don't ever want to have like I'm not a money person per se. Okay. Like I'm not a bag. Like you know, people. All I do is chase the bag. I do what I love, and I make money doing what I love. You know what I mean? And I love what I do. But at the same time, it's like once I started making money, I was like, I don't ever want to regress. Like I don't ever want to be in a position where, because I know what it is to be broke for real. I
mean, the fact that I was even talking, like I used to like, okay, am I gonna eat or buy toilet paper? Like I remember being.
I don't know if I was ever that.
I was broke.
No, I feel you.
I was broke. I mean, I talked about even last week. I was literally hopping on flights without enough money to get my ass back if that nigga didn't put me on a flight back.
I never did
like
that.
nah, but I've been like, and I've been that way. But also like in the where I'm at now too. Like my family. Still to this day, like not many people have savings. Like if something happens to their car, they behind. Right. And so it is.
Or everybody's living on credit. I remember doing that. I remember having a credit card, and it was like it was a charge card. My credit was good starting out, and then it was like, okay, if you don't pay the whole balance on the first, the interest is like 27%.
The problem is with credit is people don't know that there's a difference between a due date and a post date.
Right.
So the thing is that if your due date is on the 15th, your post date is on the 13th, which means you should have paid the bill on the 7th.
Right.
By the time you pay the bill on the post, if you pay it after the post date, your credit doesn't rise. So when people be like, "Oh shit, I paid it right on time," you didn't pay it on time.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a trick to keep us in debt.
But see, I was also one of those that.
I just learned that like a year ago.
I had shit in my name when I was 7. I worked at the mall, so I applied for all the cards in the mall, and they gave it to me at 16. Right. So my credit by the time I really even needed to like move into apartments were shit. Right. I had like 500 credit score type shit.
But that's the plan. I mean, the plan is to keep you in a dependent system where you have to keep paying and paying and paying. Right. Like think about taking like, all right, when we kids and it's like, all right, you take out a loan for 20 bands or something, but you got to pay like 35 back. That shit don't make no sense.
Welcome to the school
I didn't go to school. I didn't go to school. So
my college debt is there.
That's what I'm saying. I dropped out of high school, so I didn't go through those certain things. But as I'm starting to learn as I get older, I'm like, oh, okay, this is how they keep you. You know what I mean? It's like drug dealing. I don't know nothing about selling drugs, but I'm just saying it's like
hypothetically
speaking, it's about the comeback. You know what I mean? That comeback, that fee, that fee, the interest fees, all of that shit is just to keep you at a certain space so you don't reach a certain plateau. Right. Financially, at least.
It's true. I mean, listen, now I understand it. I moved to LA when I was 22 or 23, and it was so easy to get an apartment. It was simple because everybody expects in LA that you're going to be that you're in the industry. So everyone expects you to be a freelancer. Everybody expects you to be an entrepreneur. Nobody's really checking for New York though.
Oh.
trying to get what?
They want a drop of blood.
They want your firstborn. Like they want they literally want everything.
You have to make 40 times the rent.
Some places are 45 times now.
Oh, that's new.
45
maybe
times.
because of the COVID.
Yep, they want 45 times.
Yo.
They want 2 years of tax returns. They want your blood type. They want a fragment of your hair, a hair sample. It's everything. Like they make it so difficult. And I remember thinking like, damn, I know a lot of people that from New York lived at home until they were like 27, 28 years old because nobody could afford to live anywhere.
But
nobody
you know the thing is because we're not taught how to live. Like we taught how to survive. Like we really built on survival. Everything is like, because it goes back to that, I just paid my rent. Like you remember that show, How to Make It in America?
Yes.
Yo, no. You never seen that show?
Was on HBO.
With Kid Cudi?
It was fantastic.
I was so mad that they never did another season.
It back. Yeah.
But it's this one scene where like, I think the Spanish kid, like he had this job as he was a busboy or some shit, and he was trying to get this apartment. He was trying to move out, and she was like $3,400 a month. And he was like, yo, if I work hard and with tips, like I'll be able to make $3,400. He's like, I'll hit like $3,500. Like I'll have to struggle, but I'll be all right. And his Jewish man was like, he's like, yo, my mom always taught me if you can't pay your rent the first week of the month, you can't afford to live there.
Right.
And I was like, damn, I never thought like that.
I say that if you can't afford to pay your meal and tip the way you're supposed to tip going out to eat, that's a restaurant you shouldn't be at.
Yeah, I don't know. You still got the right to. No, listen, I tip well. No, listen, I tip well, but like people don't know that shit because think about it, right? And I'm just saying this for being a black man. When you growing up, we identify success with what we wear or like how we eat or anything that costs money. It's like right now, right? If I drop a hoodie and the hoodie is $35, less people gonna buy it. But if I drop some shit and don't put my name on it, it's $180. More people will buy it because they identify success with a price point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is like, I used to save to go to fucking Red Lobster. You know what I mean? Like for real. Like
that was the thing.
No, that was
save,
what?
Like,
Benihana dinner at Benihana was a nice fancy
Benihana now.
You remember Chin Chins?
Yes.
I remember one time I went to Chin Chins.
I hate when y'all get into this
No, but no bullshit. I went to Chin Chins.
Reliving of New York City.
Sorry.
No, listen, Chin Chins was fire.
I'm gonna talk about Kobe's.
No, but you can talk about Kobe. That's my nigga. But look, I went to Chin Chins. What are you talking about? That's a restaurant? I've never been there. But Chin Chins, right?
Chin Chin, you had to be there for Chin Chins.
I tried to tip them niggas $15. They pulled me to the side like, yo, listen.
You can't. Don't embarrass yourself.
You ain't
don't embarrass yourself.
Brother, you not about to do it. I had to tip like $70. That was the first time I paid a tip like that too. But I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it just drove me to go a little bit harder because I'm like, I want to eat here.
You want that to be a regular Tuesday thing.
Right, but at the same time, like I also don't, like I'm not married to that. Like
I
don't think you have to do that in order to feel like something or somebody.
Right, well, because I also think there's a gap between when you're poor and you have nothing, like you really have nothing, and you're trying to get to somewhere.
Which I ain't have shit.
But think about like even the jump between not having shit and then getting to the place you're at now, where it's like, oh yeah, I spent 60 bands last month, and it was. You know what I mean?
But look.
But think about all of the. You can't even remember the time in between. It's all you're always thinking about when you had nothing. You're not thinking about any of the gradual stages or any of the other points when you were actually okay and stable and doing fine. Like
I agree with that whole I ain't have shit thing, right? But sometimes we got to reevaluate what we feel not having shit is, because while we might feel like we might not have shit, it's always somebody with less. And yeah, that sounds cool.
I was about to say.
That sounds cool.
I mean,
when you struggling, it's something else. But
but
at the same time, it's like a lot of times, like I think Pharrell said that shit one time. He was Diggy Simmons. I was watching some interview. Diggy Simmons was interviewing Pharrell. I don't know how I found this shit, but he asked him like, what would you say to a person who say they come from nothing? And he was like, I would tell them to reevaluate what nothing is. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes what we feel is nothing, we got a lot and we can't see it. And sometimes like that's why we identify success with finance or clothes or fabrics or materials, and we already there. Like success is a feeling. You know what I mean? That shit ain't no a dollar amount.
What do you feel? What do you feel? At what point do you feel like you reached your level of success? Just all across the board. Like, what does success look like to you? Because I think we all, like pandemic especially, made everybody have to reevaluate and reassess all the priorities, all the shit that was like, okay, we gotta reallocate funds. We gotta put more emphasis on this part of the career. We gotta pivot. We gotta do like
my when I felt like I reached a level of success was being able to pay people who work with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause honestly, like, I really don't feel like there's like people think, all right, if I get this car or I get this house, cause my only dream in my life was to move out the hood. Like, I hated growing up in the hood.
Okay.
Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I hated that shit because I love the hood too, but at the same time, it's like I always felt like me and my family deserved more. You know what I mean? And not like material things. It was more on like we deserve to live better than this because I grew up around some treacherous shit. So for me, when I felt successful, well, the first time I felt successful was moving out the hood. But like when I really understood that I was in a successful place was being able to compensate people who work with me what I felt like they deserved.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's when I started feeling it. When I'm like you know how you said like you spent some bread and you ain't know a touch? When I could cut my man a couple bands and I ain't even have to blink about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not just on some cash shit. I'm talking about some, hit my business manager and set yourself up and you get your check. That's when I felt like successful, like for real.
I don't know if I'm there yet. I mean, I paid off on my car, which was
that's a huge deal.
Yeah, that
though.
was something to me during like
success
last
is
year
all
during
personal.
It is.
Yeah.
It definitely is. But I guess I wanted to. Y'all know me with the segues. Let's get into it. So I did want to talk about then, because you're in the music industry. Essentially, you're also in media. We know Bridget done opened up and your faves. But so Live Nation came out, and it's crazy because I guess I'll tell y'all because we also sat down with my WME agent. Subtle flex. But so Live Nation CEO says that U.S. music festivals could reopen by mid-summer.
No.
I don't know.
Excuse
Maybe
me.
he's talking about Atlanta.
Excuse me, sir. No.
Yeah.
No.
You don't see it?
No.
I wouldn't advise it. Like I mean,
Same. I don't know.
I ain't nobody to be advising shit like that for real. but I caught that COVID shit.
We
Yo,
live
that
in
shit
New
ain't.
York, and we live in New York, and we've watched the numbers be crazy. So the answer is no.
Yeah.
Also, me and Bridget sat with my agent last week, and he even said like he pushed everything from 2021 to 2022.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
And I mean, it's been a conversation because there are people touring, especially the comedians, and we've sold out quite a few comedy places or whatever. And I just feel like there's just such an irresponsibility with even doing live shows, doing concerts, doing stuff like that. I mean, a lot of things are still virtual. I don't know if I've heard of
that
any
virtual shit is
festivals.
trash.
It's
That
not.
shit's trash.
What, bruh?
That
I'm not a
shit
fan
trash,
of
yo.
it.
That shit trash.
I
it was cool at first, like last year this time. I remember the first joint I saw was like, I think it was when Tori did the shit on YouTube. That shit was lit because everybody was in the house, we having fun. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about
DJ Nice.
DJ
D Nice,
yeah.
right?
Sorry.
But like that shit.
You know I be fucking up names.
No, but I ain't gonna front though. Like, is it irresponsible? I think it's a debate if it's irresponsible or not.
I mean,
you're not vibing with the virtual shit at all. Not
Fuck
even versus.
no, I can't because I can't fit. No, versus is I do like versus, but versus every time I watch a versus, I be like, damn, you know how much like the way they built it. They could have probably sold out the fucking the Giant Stadium for versus. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, think about. I mean, it would be more violence though. Like
Wait,
Gucci,
what do you mean more violent?
I feel like Gucci and
they
Jeezy
couldn't
shit,
have done that live.
Like if they would have did it in a bigger venue, I think it would have been violence, not on their part, but it's other people in the crowd. That shit is like
other people in the
a
squad,
Boston Red
right.
Sox game versus the Yankees. Like that shit is wild.
I
Like,
mean, I think it depends. I think it depends on who does it. But I think overall, I mean, because I did virtual shows last year. I did virtual performances.
You liked it?
And it was cool. I mean, it doesn't feel the same way. But I mean, in terms of like keeping everybody safe at this point, like most people can't even get the vaccine yet. And a lot of people still don't really want it. And the other parts of the country still don't even think that COVID was a real thing, which is fucking asinine. But
that part.
That's a whole other conversation. No, I mean, the virtual performances I think have been important because we haven't been able to have those kinds of those social experiences with each other.
Right.
But I also feel like a lot of people have like become more reclusive in this time and are not really as pressed to be like I don't know. I don't trust people now. Like watching how society has handled not wearing a mask and not washing their hands. Like a lot of people before COVID were dirty.
Now I ain't gonna front.
Like a lot of people, this exposed some of the dirty people.
But if you catch, you'll believe that shit once you catch it. I swear to God,
like, it's a different thing.
Cause when I cut that shit is real. Like only symptom I had was the not being able to smell shit. But when I couldn't, that shit was real. Like I sprayed 2 different colognes on my arm, and I was like, No, I could not smell shit. And then I put my nose over bleach and could not smell. It's
you couldn't smell bleach?
Listen, all right, so look, you know when you get a cold and you can't smell, you can still smell, but it's like, it's kind of you can't smell. I'm talking about, I could not smell, like think about, I had sprayed, I think a YSL and a Tom Ford, both of them shits on my arm.
Both of them $200
and I'm like,
a piece.
absolutely, that's a fact.
And on the wrist hands. Did anybody else notice?
We ain't gotta do all that. We ain't gotta do all that.
I sprayed it. I couldn't smell anything. Could you see the diamonds though?
You fucking right. I can see.
Wait. We talk about our subtle flexes. This nigga's like
he didn't even know. I couldn't even notice.
All right, so let's do it on this on me.
No. Hold on. Wait, it was like I couldn't.
No, listen. When I went to smell my arm, I was like, my first reaction was like, nah. I was like, nah, this is not for real.
No, you didn't believe it.
Wait, do you have a watch on?
No.
All right. Hey, Joe, the network, can we get watches? I think that was a thing that y'all was trying to get from Spotify.
You stupid,
we need
let that be our bonus.
Over here.
Yeah, let me know what time it is, okay?
No, but yeah, that when I couldn't smell, that shit was...
And see, I had no symptoms.
Yeah.
When I had it, and then my partner was with me every week and never.
He never had it either.
And y'all know.
But I think that's why it's being handled the way it's handled, because as much shit as everybody seems to act like they know, it's a lot that we don't know.
Which is even more reason why we don't need to be at Essence Fest.
I know, but
I'm
tired of the fucking crib, man.
I am too. But I'm watching other countries like New Zealand and Australia where it's like they had no cases. They just locked everything down for like 6 months. Everybody just like adjusted. And now there's no cases. And then
their culture different too, though.
One thing happened and they shut everything back down again.
But so also this year in lockdown, I had a hosting in Miami for Mocha Fest 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And baby girl, I used to be able to party till 5 a.m. Me and my nigga was in bed at 11.
Oh no,
I was not like, nope. I'm not even to the, like, first off.
I'm happy to be in bed at 11.
The problem is we took 2 shots of Hennessy. Over 30, Hennessy should not be drank for no reason whatsoever.
That's a fact.
I think I be trying to get you to drink, but you just be like,
I don't drink like
water,
that.
please.
You don't drink?
Nah, not like that. I do, but not like. Oh. I don't. Like last time. No, remember
sorry.
we had a shot together though.
We had a shot together.
We had a shot at SOBs.
But that was like
2 years ago.
It was
like almost 3 years ago.
Almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And you were like, you know what? I'll do one with you. One.
Yeah, one.
One.
Yeah,
I was like, dang. And you know I'm the bad friend that I be just like, shots.
Cause you know what it is? Like when I was younger, I used to drink, but like as I got older, like I don't like the way that shit made me feel the next day. Like I don't like being out of commission. Like I used to be able to drink. I'm talking about 21 years old. I fucking drink a drink and a Corona for my chaser. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and get bent, and then the next day get up and go. It's like once I hit 26, that shit started dwindling down.
I would say about 26.
Like 26, 27. Then by the time I got to 30, like nothing's crazier than when you gotta just lay on the bathroom floor ass naked to get back.
I love the uncle
and the coldness of the bathroom floor feels mad good. That's how you know.
Nothing feels better than the cold ass floor. You just laying it. And I was like, you know what? I can't do this shit no more. Like, I couldn't do it no more.
No, 30 after 30, I feel that way.
This is the oldest people conversation I think we never had.
I'm almost 40, man. I'll be 40 in 2 years.
No, I just can't. I don't trust people to be responsible for themselves. I feel like we have watched America fail time at this every single chance we get. We have all failed. Everybody's individualistic and nobody cares about the rest of the country and the community and all of that. Well, so I don't want to be at no concerts. Y'all want to do concerts and festivals?
I want to ask you, Wayno, are you getting the vaccine then?
I don't know,
being that you've had it?
I thought about it. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
I've been thinking about it.
So this is the thing, right? It's like, I don't fucking know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know shit about this shit. I ain't go to school for no medical shit. So, like, my thing is like, my man had got it, right? So all right, we looked at that white lady who took the shit and she passed out. Or the other dude. You ain't see that shit when she took that shit?
They did it on the news.
On the news, yeah, she passed out on the news.
She was like one of the first people that got it in her arms.
I don't know, but
she might have been acting.
Nah, you can't be acting like that. That's not even, you can't play like that at all.
People play like that all the time.
No. This was like Wendy Williams passing out serious.
Yeah,
like
it was
that bad.
It was
that bad. Watch her. She literally just...
Hold on.
Look at this shit. Look,
Sis said, man down.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry.
Man down.
But I also don't know.
She might have had low blood sugar.
I don't know if she was shooting dope the night before neither.
All right.
We don't know.
We don't know.
But I'm saying, like, when it comes to the vaccine shit, like, I just don't know. I feel like And that's the problem. I gotta see a couple niggas get in and be all right.
I mean, so I actually do have quite a few friends who have gotten it. They got the 2-part shot one.
Johnson got the one
Johnson
shot, right?
is coming out with a 1 shot. And my homegirl was like, well, I don't think you gonna qualify for that. But y'all,
Sure.
I need
Actually.
I need
So
the
my
big
question, wait a
girls to
second.
stand
My
up
question
one
is this, right?
time,
Because I don't ever remember like taking none of them shots when I was a kid. But I remember like every friend that I had when I was a kid that was Haitian had that like a vaccine.
The little keloid
on their
scar.
shoulder. What was that? Them getting vaccinated for certain shit? Because I know like a few of my friends told me like when they came from Haiti as kids to America, they had to get the shot in their arm, and the consistent thing was everybody had the same little scar from the shot. So I just wanted to know what shot was that.
Well, we is not doctors, and I don't believe in science, so I don't know how that goes.
You don't believe in science?
We're not gonna get onto that.
We're not gonna go down that
but
path.
I do want to say, I'm gonna believe it this one time because apparently, if you are considered obese, like many of us are considered, just because.
First of all,
we are. A lot of us are considered obese, bro.
I would like to say, fuck you, whoever decided that obese was going to be the word to describe anyone with a certain number of body mass index that for the most part is not in our control.
Right.
So fuck y'all. Whoever decided obese was the word for that,
Can we get the person who came up with this little BMI scale?
You're not never going. That's like asking for the CEO of the NCAA. They don't have no face to that shit.
There gotta be
CDC.
somebody.
So the CDC. I need Dr. Fauci.
Who the head nigga at the CDC?
Joe, get Dr. Fauci back on the line so we can have a
Dr. Fauci
conversation about
this
this.
BMI.
Because
I ain't gonna hold you.
And this is not me fat shaming anybody at all whatsoever. I'm more upset at whoever came up with this gauge,
Girl,
this chart.
fat shame me if I could get my vaccine. I'm gonna skip the line. Fat shame me right now.
But it's true. But like, so anybody with over 30% BMI is considered obese, medically obese, according to the CDC, and they're now eligible for the vaccine.
And I also just want to tell you too, just to put that into perspective, I'm 5'1". I am supposed to weigh like 110 pounds.
According to what?
According to this scale.
But look, I know a dude that was like 29 and he was fit, could fucking run on a treadmill for 20 minutes and he had a heart attack. So it's
I work out 3 to 4 times a week, and my body mass index is still 33.4%.
I'm just gonna say,
so I'm considered obese.
I worked out with her once.
Unreal.
I was sore for a whole week.
It's unreal.
So I felt like I worked out for the whole week, even though it was just that one day.
I'm irritated by the chart, but I am gonna take full advantage. I am going to utilize my obesity privilege, and I am gonna go get vaccinated as soon as I can. I was gonna wait too because I was gonna wait to see like how many people got it and see what it was gonna be. But I also feel like there's other. I've taken Tylenol. I've taken aspirin. I've taken everything else that I don't know what's in it to cure headaches, migraines, menstrual cramps, and everything else, and I have no idea, and I've been fine. So I don't know.
You know who I don't want to hear anything about the vaccine from? What community? The Black and Mild community. Black and Mild community better not say nothing about the vaccine.
You know what's crazy?
What? Used to smoke Black and Mild? Used to sell them?
I feel like you're judging the South right now.
I used to like Black and Mild.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first came up here, like that's what I was looking for. Like
Black and Mild.
I would like them.
I
just love how they smell. So I would just like them. I would literally like them.
So
sometimes
you like
just
Black
to
and
smell
Mild
it.
as candles?
Yeah.
Do you know?
As a kid, I used to love.
That's
the
some
smell.
hood shit.
I also used to love
the smell.
I feel like that's what I used to want. Dreadhead
a
gold
Black
to
and
smell
Mild
like Black and
candle.
Mild. I love Black and Mild.
That's ghetto. That's classically ghetto. I just want you to know that. That's classically ghetto.
Is it?
A Black and Mild candle?
Hold on, calm down.
What?
You're aggressive right now about the goddamn Black and Mild, but I love
the smell of a Black and Mild.
Especially that vanilla one.
Yes, the vanilla one was sexy.
I ain't gonna hold you. This shit sounds like a fucking commercial. Like, you know,
Black and Mild. If y'all got the budget, y'all can go ahead and make a candle.
Run it up.
Make
a candle.
You should
make
a
candle. The smell of Black and Mild.
Would you buy a Black and Mild candle?
Yes, the vanilla one.
Yes. Would.
I promise you, some niggas making Black and Mild candles right now. I bet you could find one.
Well, if anybody's listening and anybody wants to do the research.
For everything. I had a Patron candle before.
What does that smell like?
I don't even know.
Citrus?
I don't even remember what it smelled like.
Actually,
somebody gave it to me. Somebody gifted it to me. Or Don Julio one. I had a Don Julio candle.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Don Julio in the candle.
Nah, it was a person. Yeah, a person made it out of a Don Julio bottle.
Right, like the
they cut it and put the little.
Like the Ace of Spades joints that we see.
Yeah, but
Those
they probably use
candles.
some, infused is the word.
Right, everything is infused.
Like,
It turns into body wax and afterwards, like it's that kind of thing.
That's
So
wild.
You about to look it up.
So actually, y'all,
It's a Black Mod candle?
we could buy a wholesale and we could sell it with the See the Thing Is logo on that thing.
Are you kidding me?
They got Black
no,
and Mild
they do have
candles.
Black and Mild candles.
Wow.
I told you, niggas make anything.
It's considered a tobacco fragrance / cologne.
That's disgusting. Yo. That's crazy.
I mean,
Hey, bruh.
I enjoy,
We about to sell that thing.
like masculine scented candles
Me too.
sometimes. I like a little bergamot, a little tuberose, a little,
I like, it's my shit. Myers, they candles is fire.
I like their cleaning supplies.
Yeah, I like
don't
their
really
cleaning
get into
supplies
their,
too,
I don't
but
get into the candles,
The
but I
candles
like
is
their
fire.
their soaps.
They got this. I forgot the one I had, but that shit was hard.
Yeah,
I like candles.
we do too.
Y'all know, speaking of Black and Miles in the hood or whatever, let's go ahead and talk about getting released from prison.
The
That's not a good segue.
Oh man,
the segues are always turbulent.
that got it. I ain't gonna.
You gotta imagine you about to jump out of plane and somebody pushed you before you were ready. That's what her segues
I'm just saying. So this week, y'all know Bobby Shmurda
Welcome home, Bobby.
got
Welcome
out
home.
of motherfucking jail, and I don't know. Like we kind of had the conversation. I guess were y'all happy he got released? Like,
Hell yeah, I was
what were
happy
y'all
about
feeling?
Shmurda.
Absolutely.
I was happy. Definitely happy. I mean, the thing about it is like, I think people was paying attention too much to like.
Go ahead.
Yo, y'all silly. Yo.
The way that this still goes, though.
No, it's gonna go forever. That's
This
the
is
thing
gonna
about a
go
great. That's the thing about a hit
forever.
record. Hit records go
Can
forever.
I be honest with y'all? This came out the year I moved to New York. Kinda 2012.
When you was living in Harlem,
I was living uptown.
you was living on the east side.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're not from the east side.
So I used to, when I went back to
yes.
Florida and I knew I was in New York now, I would teach everyone the dance. Cause I was like, I live in New York now. Let me show you guys how to really do it.
Oh. And you were doing it. And you were doing a
You look
chicken
like you
head.
was doing a
You were
fucking
doing a
chicken
chicken
head, right?
head.
Exactly.
So you weren't even doing it right then.
You off the hook.
But nah, so he got released. Look, that's what it is. Okay, actually, it
And
is
Rowdy.
the hood version of the goddamn
Rowdy.
chicken head. If you look
No,
at
it's
the dance
not, yeah.
now.
It's not.
No?
No, it's
That
not.
kind of looked like the chicken head.
It's a
to
lot
me.
slower than the chicken head.
It's the slow down.
Nah, but
chop
this is
and screw.
this was definitely a great moment. I mean, aside from all the, he ain't snitch and he ain't tell and he stood tall, it's just good to see, a young black man get out of a hard situation.
Yeah.
More
Absolutely.
than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what we should pay attention to. This young brother coming home and trying to change his life and trying to change the life of others. You know what I mean?
But he was also he didn't seem, and we don't know because we haven't nobody knows him personally enough to know, but he doesn't seem hardened and bitter and calloused by the experience, which that would always be my greatest fear. You know what I'm saying? About doing time, any amount of time, especially as a young person, when you still have so much life and experience to get to, and your growth is almost stunted by having to experience something like that. And so my fear would always be like, damn, like this is, what if he comes out and he hates everybody and he's bitter and he came out like with
he would have if he was coming home to no money.
right. That would have been a thing.
That motherfucker came home to about a good M probably. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like everybody was sending him something, but that is a real thing. Like like I got tons of homies that come home and they still be on bullshit time because the prison system is not about rehabilitation. Like all of my
not at
homies that
all.
ever went to prison, they learn how to become like better criminals by going to prison.
Really?
Wait, really?
That's a fact. Like, I mean, it depends. It's certain people who it's different for different people. So I had a homie that was like a corporate dude, and he was doing shit in the street, and he ended up getting 7 years in the feds. He came home and he got straight to business, but he always was a business-minded person.
Right.
Like, he wasn't the person that chill on the block and all that shit. But then I got homies that come home from doing 10. I got friends that's coming home from jail for shit that they did when we was teenagers now.
Damn.
Like 17 years, 14 years. And some of them have the mindset to change, but you got to remember, being institutionalized is a real thing, and it doesn't only happen in jail.
But outside of like the psychological factors of it, there is just when they come out to society, they're viewed a certain way because like I was dating someone who did 8 years, and when he got out, he was just like, okay, because he did a couple stints when he was a teenager as well, and then he did 8 years in his adulthood, and when he got out, he was like, I can't even get a job at Chipotle. So like, what am I supposed to do if, and that's kind of how he made his money. And it wasn't even anything violent. Like he was in the streets or whatever, but he was just like, how am I supposed to make money then? How am I supposed to live? How am I supposed to pay my bills? And it almost like he felt like his only option was to go back, even though he was trying not to go back.
Well, I mean, you know, for me, I'll just say, like, I've never been in prison for nothing other than a visitor person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the thing about, I don't know what personally how that adjustment feels, but what I will say is that, like, one thing about a person being locked down, like, you have to put your mind in a certain place. Like, I got a friend that's doing life, and every time I talk to him, he's just, like, he's very positive. Like, when I used to write him letters, I didn't know what to write him. Like, what do you write a person that's serving the rest of their life in prison and he's only 22 at the time? We in our 30s now, going towards our 40s. You know what I mean? He's been there for a minute. Like, I watched his son go from being a baby to graduating high school. Wow. So it's like, you know, his mind, his only thing is, like, you know, he lives through people that's outside. And the thing that helps a lot of people is having people.
And I'll tell you now, I know you didn't know what to say, but that was one of... he ended up violating parole and going back for like 2 months and then got back out. And that was me. I didn't know what to write in the letter. And he was just like, anything would have sufficed. And he brought that up for the time that we kept dealing with each other. Yeah. The fact that I didn't write him. And so I would say, like, any of y'all, like, who know someone who is locked up. Yeah.
Definitely
that letter, writing a letter could literally change their day, their week, their month, like, with what's going on. And I didn't realize that until he told me, like, how much just a letter would have meant. Yeah. And I was like,
like, answering calls. Man, listen, what I've been doing in the past, like, couple years, like, one of my friends, he came home, I think in like 2013, he did 14 years, and then he was getting into culinary art school. And he went to culinary art school, and then, you know, he started falling back into the streets. And I had a conversation with him last year, and I was like, yo, what you doing? You know what I mean? And he was like, he just said that he got a little bit discouraged because the people around him wasn't pushing him to cook. Right. So I told him, I'm like, yo, you know what I'm gonna do? I said, I'm gonna pay for your LLC. I was like, I'll pay for your LLC and all that shit, and then just start. Like, just start and do something every day towards cooking. And he hasn't stopped since that. His thing is Cat's Soul Food Cuisine. And, like, he bought a tent and he started cooking in the neighborhood, and now he's trying to get himself a food truck and all of that. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is like, people who are in the positions, they need encouragement. Yeah. And a lot of times it's like, you know, when you coming out of a situation like that, Bobby Shmurda, his situation is very unique. I mean, he has a fucking hit record that still plays all the time. Yep. And people want to see what he does post his situation. But, like, if you don't have encouragement, and, you know, everybody's not going to be Bobby, but if you don't have encouragement, it's really dark for you. Right. Mm-hmm. And still, even with whatever money he has put aside, he still came out and he's like, I only want to talk about real estate. So his mind is already on something even bigger than what he's been doing. Because, you know, everybody's gonna want to talk to him about, how is it in there? What was you doing? Did you stab anybody? Did you get stabbed? All the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
That's not good. No. Oh, he had a scar, the guy I was dealing with, on his face. You shouldn't ask about any of it. But I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing we talk about all the time. We talk about how there's all these VA programs and all this funding from the military that goes into helping soldiers reacclimate when they do tours, and most of them end up going back. Like, I knew a friend of my cousin's was in special forces and just kept going back because he didn't know what else to do. Yeah, it's an institution. Like, you get institutionalized in being in the military or being in prison. There's trauma and a lot of you know, mental breakdowns and emotional breakdowns that happen inside that never really get addressed. And when it comes time to reacclimate into society, it's like no one's really prepared for it. We're not prepared to welcome them back in because we don't really have. We're not given the tools, and then they don't really know either. It's like it's kind of a lose-lose. So I had a friend that came home and he was like he couldn't even he couldn't move. Like, he would come outside and he would just stand there, and I was like, yo, why don't you, like? He's like, everything in jail is slow, so when something happens fast, it's something bad. So it's like he couldn't, like, cars coming down the street, which we lived on a block where, like, cars are constantly coming down the block. We lived on Lexington Ave, right? Right. So cars are constantly coming down the block. It's like scary for him to just look at cars. He didn't know what to do, and he ended up going back into prison. Damn. You ever seen Shawshank Redemption? Yes. Remember the old guy was there? I don't watch shit. You don't watch no movies? What is that? Shawshank Redemption is from the. It's a calm down. Calm down, guys. It's a pretty classic film with Morgan Freeman. And what year did that come out? I always forget this guy's name. Oh, I was 4 years old. Okay, guys, I'll watch it. Sorry. Girl, stop. Because Forrest Gump came out the same year, and I know you saw that. So what? You seen Juice? Yeah. Because it come on BET.
It's black? Exactly.
Yeah,
because it's on
that's
BET.
why.
So
I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh, so the only movies you can watch is movies that come on BET.
Okay, first off,
Fuck us.
I'm just saying, when it comes on cable television, I'm able to be exposed.
No.
Where can I watch this?
I mean, that shit's come on TNT,
Yeah,
TBS,
Shawshank
everything.
Redemption comes on pretty
But the
frequently.
crazy
All right,
thing about
guys.
Shawshank Redemption is a scene with this old man that spent like his whole life in prison, and when he comes home, he couldn't, like, he had got a job, you know what I'm saying, and he was functioning a bit, but he couldn't adjust to regular life, so he hung himself.
He never got back to feeling normal. Nothing felt normal to him.
That
once
shit
he
like
got
that
out.
really happened. Look at what happened with Khalif Broda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that should be real.
Yeah. It's very sad, but we are
my
happy.
homies.
Well, this is
The
the
ones that
song.
wanna change
This
their
is the
lives when they
song
come
that I
home.
know that I hope that y'all. This is the song. If we're gonna talk about some sort of like jail, prison type of stuff, this is that
Life. That movie is not even a real jail movie.
That's not
it's a comedy,
real,
man.
right?
No.
I mean, it's loosely,
All right.
it's loosely based on real shit, but that ain't no, like, you know what I mean?
This also comes on BET. Just so.
Yo, you know what's so
Life
crazy about
also comes on
Jodeci?
BET.
I can never, like, every time Jodeci is like they fucking legends and all that, but I can never.
This Casey and JoJo.
Casey and JoJo.
Oh my God! Do you
Same
know
shit.
that they're in? That they were in?
But
that Casey was in
but
Jodeci.
it's the same
this
shit.
isn't Jodeci. Jodeci.
I get.
That's a
Come
whole
on, you
other
know what I
vibe.
mean.
Okay.
All I'm saying is
Let
that
me feel like I know. Let me correct somebody.
every
on
time I
something,
think
okay?
of Casey and JoJo, I think about Casey being on his bodyguard shoulders. Remember when they had the reality
Yes.
show? And he
Yes.
has on his shoulders and shit.
Sweating, just
Right, that's
high
wild.
out of his mind.
Like, just letting another nigga get on your neck is crazy. But
All right.
As a grown ass man,
That's
I would
a man
agree.
with
All
another
right.
man neck is
But
good.
he's
Grown?
a small man.
It don't matter.
Yeah, it was
nigga
a
balls
lot.
in your neck. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. My son 14, he about to be 14, he can't get on my shoulders. Fuck out of here.
But is he your height?
Yeah, my son, he not my height. He gonna be my height.
I was gonna say if he's a small enough man, you could
If
support
he's
him. But
if he's
Nah,
a small
I just don't see the point. Like, I didn't see the point in that. Like, there's just no point. Like, what is
But they
what
be
is that
doing
really
that now.
for?
That shit is.
Yo, but security is nuts. Security
Right.
in general
Shit.
is nuts.
They gotta get that bread.
They do.
Speaking of getting that bread.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I knew it.
Motherfucker said goose. If y'all did not see it this week, Taraji P Henson was actually a guest on, let me get the show, because I'm going to start shouting out shows just because we is all creatives around here.
Okay.
She was on the Ladies First with Laura Brown podcast.
Hey.
And yeah, shout outs because that's a woman podcast.
Yeah.
Let's go. So Taraji went to pretty much discuss how she went in and was asked for to be a part of the Benjamin Button movie, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. And she went in and felt like her worth was $500,000. She went in and said, I'm to the point where I should be able to ask for about $500,000 now.
Yeah, but it's also this is a big Hollywood blockbuster.
Brad Pitt is
you got
in this
Kate
movie.
Blanchett.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she came out and was like, they said, actually, sis, no, we're not gonna give that to you. But she ended up settling with $150,000 for the role, which after paying taxes and her agent, she said that she walked away with $40,000 from a film that grossed $335 million at the box office. And when I saw that, it's crazy because her team taking 50%, by the way, I don't know what deal she's on, but 50% is a lot. I'm not sure if that's just maybe management, lawyer, agent. Actually,
I don't think they got it, but probably with their 15-20% and then taxes on top of that, it probably comes out to 50%.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to talk about that because that's kind of something that we're all kind of in right now. With y'all know I'm not only on the Joe Budden network, I'm with another network and I have contracts and stuff coming in now, but also people hit us up all the time to host stuff and bookings and even just knowing what to ask for.
Yeah.
I don't know, with you being an artist and you being talent rep and now also in the media space, do y'all feel like y'all have gotten your worth? How do you make sure you get your worth? How do you value yourself? How does that conversation happen with yourself, your team, and people that want to book y'all?
I mean, it's a lot of different ways. I mean, all right, so look, I got my personal feeling and I got my professional feeling.
Okay.
Oh, give us both.
Give us both.
The personal feeling is that for what I'm worth, I'm never going to get that, right?
Okay.
That's the cool shit. Oh, yeah, I'm, not on some G shit, though. Like, it's plenty times where I feel like, just being a black person in this country, especially jumping in the entertainment field, being on the management side, now being talent and all that shit. I feel like I'll never ultimately get what I feel I'm worth, but I got to get as close as I want to be to what I feel like I deserve. Okay. So, I mean, the first thing I always learned was like, you know, there's never nothing wrong with asking, is there something monetary involved? Right? Then once you find out there's something monetary involved, that's when your negotiation comes in. But a lot of people, they play the game. It's like, all right, everybody in business tries to buy whatever they get at the lowest price to sell it at a 400% markup. Right? So it's like, think about that on every level.
I mean, you could think about it with the club. Like,
absolutely.
You're paying $700 for a bottle that's $40 in the store.
Absolutely. Correct. But you want that feeling. Like, you want them sparkles. You want that, right? So I look at it like this. Like, even when it comes to artists, I see tons of artists that like $1 million deals. What they don't know is that like labels are Fortune 500 companies. So they can spend $30 million in a year and not blink. The same way how you could say, yo, I spent 60 and I ain't even know.
Oh, no, I blinked for that.
I mean, you might.
I was talking about my bills.
Okay.
I had a mini heart attack.
Right,
but it's also the misconception that $1 million deal means you're getting $1 million.
But the thing about it is, but think about how society has conditioned us to believe that the number 1 million is the answer to all your problems.
Right.
Everybody, everybody says, what would you want? When you were a kid, what you say? $1 million. $1 million. When they had the McDonald's shit, win $1 million. Like, it's the fishing rod. Like, the $1 million is the fishing rod. The thing about it is what they don't tell you in the music business is that, the deal is worth $1 million. So you might get $200,000, which you got to cut some of that, or you might get $400,000 that goes into your pocket. But then your other $400,000 $200 is gonna go to recording. The other $200 is gonna go into marketing, and your whatever digital marketing, all types of marketing falls under that. The other money might be in a discretionary fund that you, if you do good enough, you can use for something else. Like, the thing about deals, it's about the terms.
Right.
It's not about the money
at all.
The money don't matter. It's about the terms. Like, when you sign a deal, you got to look at like, okay, I'm going to take this, but what do I get you? Because when you sign a deal, it's not just a deal for you, it's a deal for them too.
Right. It's a deal. I wanted to kind of break this down even to podcasting, because I know a lot of like smaller pods that may listen to us and my other shows too. They're constantly like, oh, I want to join a network. I want to join a network. I want to get paid. There's advertisements and stuff like that. But even with the payment that we received, when you sign a deal, and let me know if this is how it works too in the music industry. When you sign a deal, they will advance you what your deal is worth, but essentially you have to make the company back that money. Well, this is how podcasting is. I have to make the company back the money that they not only paid me, but the money that they spend on me.
Absolutely.
So there's a recoupment. So say production costs, say if we want a billboard, say if we want a photo shoot.
It goes into your marketing.
All of that has to be paid back. So say I sign a $300,000 deal, but this company spends another $200,000 on photo shoots and marketing. I owe the company back essentially $500,000 before I even get rev share splits.
Absolutely.
Artists almost never recoup everything that gets
really.
They almost never recoup.
But
I mean, but labels are so expensive, are so wealthy that at the end of the day, they're not chasing you down for $100,000.
Are you able to see those receipts as an artist? Like, are you able to be
you can request it? You can request it. Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. It's like I always say it's nobody's business to teach you business, because the thing about it is that like, yo, it's like going to the store, right? Like, going to the store, if you never ask for your change, most likely the person that's giving you change is going to keep that shit.
Right.
Because it's going in their pocket.
Right.
So everybody's in it for their benefit.
Right.
The thing about it is that like once you start learning a bit, like even with podcasts, right? Like the reason why everybody be asking me, when your podcast dropping, when you going to do a podcast, it's because I really don't know, like, I don't know that side of the business. And for the things that I'm learning, I'm trying to get as close to what it is that I want.
Right.
Like, me personally, like, I don't mind being on a network, but I don't want to own a network.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be the boss of everything. I like talking, so I would like to be compensated to talk. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not going to go into a building and be like, yo, if y'all, like, remember, it goes back to that whole, what I feel like I'm worth. If y'all niggas don't give me $100 million, I can't do it.
I mean, but that's
the problem with that, with even taking the approach of trying to decide on a number, is that it always changes.
It always
changes. So no matter what your experience is, no matter what your, like, we talk about this all the time with friends who, my friends who are hairstylists and makeup artists and things like that. My close friends who've been doing makeup for 10, 15 years can paint a face, honey, in 45 minutes or less. You're not paying for the time. You're paying for the experience that it took them to get to that place to do it for 45 minutes. You're paying for the quality of the product.
Yeah.
So whether or not I think that's the hard part, because we don't know how to quantify, especially as talent, especially as a creative. You don't know how to quantify necessarily what your product is.
And that's the thing.
There's a difference between being an artist and creating a product that's marketable, that's profitable, and also being talent and being the product.
Well, and that's the thing in podcasting, which we could definitely talk about this off air. You're not only talent, you are your business. So you want to be sure you own the IP, but also say y'all are trying to get ads. A lot of ads pay at a net 30 or net 60. So what I learned in school,
most labels also pay at net 30 or net 60.
So you're doing the work, you're not getting paid for a month or two later. But the thing that I've seen even with other podcasters, I'm like, well, have you talked about what your CPM is? Do you know what this ad is worth? And literally I was sending out invoices on net 30 and net 60 with my little Excel spreadsheets. You have to be your own accountant, your own business person.
Or a person that you trust could put in that
or a
position.
person that you trust.
Yeah.
But also
most creatives and most artists anyway trust the wrong people first.
Sometimes they trust the wrong people, but
we learn that the hard way.
Some of them kick the people that they trust out the whip too.
That too. That happens a lot. And then the whip falls apart because they thought they brought a Range Rover, and in fact it's a Lego. Carry on.
I say this, like, when it comes to, especially with doing deals, like, one thing about, like, if you're an artist, if you hot, you can ask for anything.
Yep.
Like, I'm talking about I've seen niggas ask for a Ferrari and get it. Yo, I need Ferraris. I need this. I need that. I need third.
Bridget is shaking her head.
No, for real.
It's true. It's embarrassing.
But the thing about it is
because they never ask for the right shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't ask for socks.
You could have a hit record by accident. You could look at somebody like a Billie Eilish who probably had no fucking concept that she was writing hit records with her brother in a fucking tiny ass LA apartment.
Right.
No concept at all of the quality of what she was creating. If at any point once that became a number one record, if you have a smart group of business people around you, they're going to be like, nope, ask for your masters. Ask for something else. Don't ask for a fucking Ferrari.
That's actually what happened with Call Her Daddy with Barstool.
Yeah.
They created a product that was really good. Of course, they got the push from Barstool, but they gave their entire IP over to them and they got paid as talent and then they were making
But I seen that happen with clothing lines. I seen people sell they fucking clothing line to like Iconics, who Iconics owns BBC, Rockaware, all that other shit, and you sell it to them, and then your product becomes watered down. Like, think about it goes back to what's that shit? How to Make It in America. I remember the kid, they was talking about Zoo York. How Zoo York was like Supreme at one point in time.
I used to go to that store.
Right, but it was at one point in time it was like
York,
Supreme.
It was at the Florida Mall.
555
but see,
Brooklyn
the thing
Industries, they were all in the thing.
But once once they sold it became a PacSun.
Yeah.
And that's why you think like the exclusivity. Nobody wants anything that anybody else could have, even if they can get it. Right? It's like that's why they mark up the price on sneakers so high. That's why they tell you that something. Oh, this is the rarest thing ever. This shit could be a water bottle. They be like, yo, this is it's from Tibet. They made the plastic out.
That's what Supreme do. They just put the name on it.
But Supreme, what they did that was genius is that they just built their brand into something that people needed to have no matter what. And you know who's the human version of Supreme? Travis Scott. Like Travis Scott Travis Scott could do that. Nigga could make Black and Mild cool.
First off, Black and Mild is
Black and Mild ain't cool.
We're gonna make Black and Mild
cool. He could make the brown. Look, you know his sneakers is brown. That nigga could do a Black and Mild pack, and I promise you, everybody in their mother.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of? And this is real. I don't know if they did it up in New York. They had to. I'm sure it started. What? Y'all remember the Air Force Ones that used to be like M&Ms and like they used to put all the little
y'all wore that corny shit in the South.
No, we never did
that.
Was that a Southern thing? Yeah, them sure was.
Never
did that. Wearing that colorful. The niggas is still rocking that right now. What you talking
my God.
You can find a nigga in Baton Rouge with those on right now.
But you know what? But also like they were so cool because also you got paint jobs in these I'm sure I saw Black and Mild car.
Y'all never.
Okay.
A Black and Mild car?
Like M&M cars, Looney
they was doing that. I've been in Texas. They was doing that shit.
The car, the brand, the car wrappings are.
They was doing that.
It was
shit.
like paint, like on the cars.
But no, I mean the thing is that the product, like ultimately.
We need a Southern person in here. Sorry, I really be trying to live my childhood.
You do.
Y'all said I was born in 2012, but I try to share my childhood. And
you were.
Y'all just don't get it.
We tried to talk about Jodeci. You were like, it's Casey and JoJo. Like, ma'am.
Dog, that we only describe them two niggas as Jodeci. Like, it's Jodeci and Dalvin and Devontae. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how they describe them.
And Devontae with the ad-libs. So everybody knew what time it was.
I will never be great on this podcast.
You will. You're always great.
But ultimately, I think, like, you know, when it comes to, from a management standpoint, is it's like, I always built my price point based on like what was offered. It was like, okay, everybody knows at a point in time I used to manage Dave East. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when our first show we ever did, we got paid $450 and we was happy as shit.
Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God, we was happy.
$450?
$450. We did the shit in Drum on Drum.
And LES. Yep.
Because Dave was doing shows for free.
Right.
I mean, we did SOBs and all that for free. So the first show we did was $450. Then that $450, like it turned into we got with CAA, which you know is a fucking monster on the booking side, on the agency side. And the way my homegirl had explained it to me, like, yo, listen, just take these nothing checks because being affiliated with us and doing these rooms, we gonna be able to build your price point. Right. So we opened up for Currency, got paid $200, you know what I'm saying, in DC.
Oh, wow.
But we opened up for 2,500 people. So we spending our own bread to go down to DC to not make no money because that shit grew from that to us doing shows for 15,000 eventually. Because once we got the 5,000, we kept it at 5,000. But once we got more hot, once we got that double XL freshman shit, I'm like, nah, if anybody want to do it, we got to get 10. Then that 10 went to 20. Then we was even doing shows for 30 at a certain point in time. You know what I'm saying? But you build it based on your momentum. But the thing about it is you always remember that term, strike while the iron's hot. Because when we did our deal, we asked for everything. I asked them niggas for everything on the planet. Yeah, I need an office. I need $250,000 of overhead. I need this. We didn't get all of that, but we fell in the middle and we all walked away happy. Right. So the thing is like you always got to, leverage is the most important conversation. You know what I'm saying?
I think too, when you want to, as a creative, as an artist too, we're not taught how to leverage our relationships within our network. And that's something I had to learn. Right. That's something I had to learn even as a woman, right? Like understanding that there's going to be women in certain offices in certain places, whether it's at Viacom, whether it's at Essence, whether it's at, SoundCloud or wherever. Having women or having advocates in those places, especially as a woman, saves your life, saves your career. 100% saves your career. Like I got asked to guest host something on Fuse, and it was like myself and Seven, and we had to her and I had to like read from a teleprompter and be animated and do all that shit. I'm a nerd. I love to read. I can read out loud. I can read out loud very well. I can read a teleprompter very quickly. And all of that stuff was like, it was a no-brainer. And the producer was like, yo, why aren't you doing more of this? Why aren't you doing
I told you.
Why aren't you doing a lot of this stuff?
Shit.
Because a lot of the time too, at the time that I came up as an artist, starting as an artist, I came up in that generation, we talk about this all the time, where it's like you have your artist persona and then everything else is personal, is behind closed doors. So nobody really sees your personality. I'm an R&B singer, so you're never gonna know that I'm funny, that I'm nerdy, that I'm you know what I mean?
Because y'all not supposed to be funny.
We're not supposed to be funny. We're not supposed to have personalities. We're not
supposed to just be in love or in party
in love or hurt.
You gotta be hurt. It can't be.
We're supposed to be mystical creatures that are completely untouchable and inaccessible, and that never worked for me. Right. What was always advantageous for me was the fact that I was personable. So even during a show, if I'm introducing my video on 106 in Park, I'm backstage cracking jokes and kicking it with Terrence and Roxy, and it's like, yo, you're actually mad cool. Right. And not that I ever gave off, but I'm just saying.
I just used to want to be in the audience. I used to be like, I'm going to fly to New York and be in the audience of 106
People were always surprised. And I didn't realize, I did a lot for free. I used to hit VH1 all the time and be like, yo, I just want to host. You're doing a tribute for who? I just want to be a part of it.
But
I'll
they call
perform
it
for free.
paying dues, right?
Right.
No, or they say... or they don't want to cut you a check for exposure.
Or you're in the room.
Right. Well, here's the thing. When you first start out, even if you have a name and doing all of that, being a good person, and I stand 100%. On this, your character is what keeps you there. Your talent can get you in the room. Yeah. It's not going to keep you in the conversation if you don't have a hit. The minute that fucking flame dies out, if you're not a good, I still have people that hit me to this day from like a first interview I did with like Hello Beautiful in 2011, who will hit me up for something and be like, you know who'll be really dope for this, Bridget? You know who'll be really like, and shout out to Curtis and Coltrane from Team Epiphany, because they call me with stuff all the time. And even if I can't get my rate, I have enough relationships at this point now that I'm like, I know where, you know what I'm saying? I know where I can massage it a little bit and I'll take a little less for the sake of maintaining the relationship.
I ain't gonna lie, like, so the thing is, like, you know, I wasn't in media
Say that
at
again.
all.
See, the thing is.
What?
Oh, sorry.
You did. You said it. It was good.
I did?
You did. See, the thing is, it was great.
I said that?
It was great. You did. It was wonderful.
Shit.
It was great.
That's
you didn't
crazy.
even know. Look at that.
I didn't even know I said that. But so like I was in, I was behind the scenes. I always wanted to be a rich person that nobody knew.
That's where I'm at.
I always wanted to be a rich person that nobody knew.
I didn't. I wanted to be rich. I wanted to be the one with the fire. I wanted to come in and there be fireworks and fucking flower petals like I was coming into Zamunda.
Everyday Struggle, right? When I got on Everyday Struggle, and they was like, yeah, we gonna send a car for you and all that. I'm like, y'all gonna send a car? I'm like, all right, cool. And then I did, and then they told me to come back, because when they told me to come back, I'm like, come back for what? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
my God.
No, for real, because I never viewed myself as ever being a person on camera to speak.
Right.
Like, I never, like, you see how you say you have no problem reading? I'm not the kid in the class that, I could read, but I hated that shit. Every time we did a play in school, I was like, just let me be the tree. Like, I don't want to, like, for real, like, let me be the tree. I don't want to.
You gonna be my guy right here in the corner.
Absolutely. Yes. I never wanted to be in camera, but
we're gonna call him Sanchez.
See, the thing with me was,
we're gonna keep it in the family.
When I learned, like, when they showed me what they was gonna pay me, I was like, oh, y'all niggas don't have to pay me to shut up now.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Like, for real. Because the thing is, I didn't know that I could make money to speak.
Oh,
so then the same monies that I used to chase after for artists, I get now for myself.
Right.
So I'm just like, but I learned how to leverage, me being on such a big platform. Me going around and making my rounds and doing podcasts with people and being a person that can be on your podcast so we can have fun together. Like, I use that for my fee. Like, you want to talk to me? I got you paid, my nigga.
It makes sense.
Saying? And I do favors. Like, this is not a favor. I fuck with y'all and I like y'all platform.
Thank you.
Because people be like, oh, this gonna start the rumor. Like, Wayno probably asked Brad for something. Come on. Not at all.
No, like, I mean, because you are on a press run right now. I'm just saying.
Nah, I'm not on a press run.
You went to the West Coast to get on the pod.
No. I went to the West Coast to do some work.
No, you went to the West Coast to get out the snow, because that's really what happened.
One of the main things.
Nah.
But I went to, I'm a vice president at Asylum Records. You know what I'm saying? So I went there. We working on Sada Baby album.
Flex has been brought to you by.
Oh, y'all do that? That's mad funny.
Every time.
That's mad funny.
We usually let you get it off, and then we're like,
we wasn't gonna let you get off showing off that watch though. But
I just did that because I was bored one day. But look, what I'm saying is that, like, I learned that I don't have to be one thing. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I learned about my career. I started off with Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying? Being in the mailroom, working my way up to an internship, getting a job, working on albums, getting out of that shit, starting a management company, having a few artists that fail, have a few artists that work. And then I jumped into media. So it's like, every time I speak, I just be one of these kids, dudes, young ladies, no matter where you from, to understand that you don't have to be one thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you don't have to be pigeonholed to whatever people don't see for themselves that they don't see for you. Everything I've ever attained in life was some shit that was not in my immediate sight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't never think I was going to be a podcaster.
It happened by accident. No, a lot of that stuff happened by accident.
I went to school to be a CPA. I was going to do taxes for the rich and wealthy. And
here you are.
And here I am.
Here you are, rich and wealthy.
Here I am paying the taxes.
Can I say it? This subtle flex.
I'm
Damn.
just happy to see all my people winning and all my people thriving and flourishing in all their endeavors. It's important.
Yeah, no, it really is. And this is the year, like, you just got to uplift and support all your friends. Like, all of my friends did in the pandemic, like, start new businesses or figured out ways to grow their business because maybe a part of it wasn't doing so well.
Yeah.
And literally every one of my friends that started something, I purchased it, which I didn't know. Back in the day, I knew a club promoter, bitch, I'm getting it for free. And I never really even understood what it was to support the people that have something going on. Like I look at myself back then, I'm like, damn, I probably should have bought the $20 ticket to support to support. But now I was like, ooh, I'm in the club free. And
you was deciding between toilet paper and eating though.
At
so
the time,
you might not been able, you know what I mean?
That part.
You was in that club
part.
though.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul. we all went there. We were all there.
But also, I had the best time broke. But that's a whole nother topic.
Oh yeah, because you didn't have any real responsibility.
Oh no, I did.
Aside. Oh, you did.
I did.
Oh,
I just like when I was broke. Nobody like bothered
nobody
me.
bothers you.
Yeah, like nobody didn't care about my opinion. Like when I was, for real, yo, like when I was
nobody
broke,
was trying to take your picture at Complex
cool.
Con.
Nah, it was just cool. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. It's like, cause you know what it is. It's like being in entertainment is the only shit where like everybody feels like they could jump into it tomorrow. So it's like, let's say if I would have became a surgeon, right? If I'd have became a surgeon, no nigga on my block would have been like, yo, you can give me an internship at the hospital. Not one.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like right now,
I didn't think about
everybody be
that.
like,
Wow.
yo, you can't make me an A&R? Why? Because you listen to music? Like, so you can just be an A&R because you listen to music.
Well, nowadays you could just be an A&R and be somebody's, personal bag handler.
Absolutely.
Oh, let's not talk about. I feel like I'm a pod A&R. They be like, yo, can you send this episode to Joe? Can you send this to Charlemagne? I know they looking for more pods. No, I'm not sending an episode to these people. Like, but yeah, I feel like I'm a pod A&R, and I'm not gonna lie, because of the Freshly Squeezed. They be sending us music, baby.
No, I know.
I
don't want to talk about the Casio keyboard demos that get sent my way with people that think they produce, but I'm going to drink my wine.
Oh, not drinking your wine to it. Well, y'all know, this is a good segue. Actually, that just was real.
That was a perfect
That was
segue.
actually real. Go ahead and break down them vocals for us. What we about to do?
Freshly squeezed, yeah.
Oh, did
We
that.
I be
every
forgetting
week.
sometimes you got it. Sometimes I really forget she got that
I
heat with
forget
her.
until we're in here, and then Mandy's like, and ready, go. Sing like you sing. And I'm like, okay.
You know what's crazy? I actually, because last week's episode, you talking about you filling in for Alicia Keys and doing all that singing.
Yeah.
I was with my homegirl from Temptation Island.
Yes.
Shout out Medina.
Shout out Temptation Island. It's my favorite guilty pleasure show. That's good fucking TV.
It's
good
awful.
TV.
It's awful.
Good TV.
But I was with her and I was like, yeah, this is my friend. This is Bridget. And she was like, wait, she did what? She opened for who? And so I found it on YouTube.
Oh, shit.
And she was like,
that's a rabbit hole.
YouTube
is a rabbit hole.
But I'm not gonna lie. I had her listen to your Thinking About You acoustic only, like, and we were literally we went through your little discography, and she was just like, that's your co-host, like you work with her, like, and I really wish people like would fucking respect and put some respect on your fucking name, my nigga.
I mean,
like when I had to show people, even I was like, yeah, she got a song with K-Dot, she did this, she fuck Love and Hip Hop. This is really, and
I did a song with K-Dot when he was still
when he was K-Dot. That's why I said K-Dot, because it wasn't Kendrick.
Right.
Hey man, at least you got that under your belt. You feel me? No matter what, it's still a
No, listen, I
You are 1 degree from a Pulitzer Award. I'm just saying, 1 degree of separation from one.
I wouldn't be mad at a Pulitzer Award. But I think I really have always felt like my purpose was my voice, whether it was music or whether it was conversation. No matter what, I always felt like that was gonna be the music for me was just the gas in the tank. It wasn't really the vehicle. The vehicle was always my voice. My talent got me in the room. My character kept me there. My character has kept me in conversations that, my talent that supersede my talent. To me, my character was always bigger than my talent. So I feel like that. I mean, it's worked for me and against me in certain scenarios. But at the same time, I mean, it gives me a chance to learn. Like you said, you don't never have to do one thing. You can always find a way to pivot. You can always find a way to reconnect with something else that still feels fulfilling and purposeful. So with that being said, speaking of fulfilling and purposeful, we're gonna get into our music for the week.
And y'all know Bridget gonna come through with some R&B shit. I don't know what Wayno got, but y'all know I'm coming through with hip hop.
I got some shit.
I'm coming through with hip hop.
Also, disclaimer: Wayno's not playing any unrunreleased stuff from his artist. So for all of y'all that are really about to get hype and excited,
no Sada Baby records today.
You thought. I'm actually gonna play a song from my good friend Freddie Gibbs. We gonna have to get him on the pod one of these days too. He is a goddamn character.
He's hilarious.
But Freddie Gibbs just actually dropped a whole project with Madlib, but it's like 83 songs.
Oh.
It's ridiculously long. There's actually a lot of like instrumentals on it, so it's not all like music. I guess
heartbreak on a full moon type of vibe.
But I like that. I'm not gonna lie. Chris, whenever he drop again, need to give me that again.
I don't
70 records.
I don't need.
Okay, it's not 70.
I'm talking about from Chris Brown.
Chris,
it was like 40 something.
It's like 40 something.
Much.
I liked it.
I put it on. I drove to Vegas and listened to that the whole way.
I've listened to it one time and never listened to it again.
Really?
I mean, I love Chris Brown, but I don't listen to his music like that.
Oh. Yeah, he's one of those. I know I said we would never play Future, but I'm a hypocrite.
I would listen to
I'll
a
play
40.
Chris Brown.
I would listen to a 40-song Future album.
That's not.
Are you serious?
Fucking right. Future one of the greatest.
All right. Calm down.
Wine.
Now nobody can say
It's
that.
March and it's Women's Month.
We are not talking
We're not
about
gonna
Future is the
slander.
greatest.
Talk about his music. I'm not talking about his personal.
During Women's Month,
time.
we're not going to do that. Also, I'll be very honest with you. I went to the Purple Rain.
We have to go crazy.
No, we did.
It's Women's Month. We have to go crazy.
Is it Purple Rain? Purple?
I'm not mad at Future being a hoe. I'm mad at all the children. I'm mad at the amount of children. Like it's really almost impossible.
I'm not even mad about all the children. I'm mad at the lack of fathering and that he doesn't want to claim
That's
it.
my point.
I don't know what that man do or don't with them kids. All I'm saying is I like to think of music, and it's tons of and I'm not saying Future's a horrible person, but there's tons of horrible people who you love their music.
Okay, so here's the thing, and we talked about this too.
True.
If we gonna talk about music though, he has been probably the most lackluster, unentertaining performer that I've seen live as far as a rapper. Future.
Oh nah.
I did not like him live. First off, I already don't understand him in his songs on the album. Trying to understand him live.
Stop doing my nigga Future.
No. He was.
You liked him live?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I went to Drake the Summer 16 shit.
Yeah.
And when Future came out, he did bring it down a bit. Like he bring it down.
Bro, I'm not sure. I went to the
but,
Purple something tour.
But Future's he's decent. He got the kids on the stage dancing with him, doing all this shit and all that.
Not his kids.
Damn, dog. That's what he doing.
All right. Sorry.
Oh.
So my song.
You went crazy.
His kids are throwing footballs with. Never mind. I'm just.
You know what, man? Nah.
Never mind. Never
So
mind.
my song, y'all, is "Winter in America" from Black History Always. This is Freddie Gibbs. Damn,
This is up my alley.
Down. This is your alley.
You know how I feel about a bass line.
Yeah.
You already know.
Cause listen, they said I talk through everything. I'm gonna give y'all horns then, nigga.
Hey.
You just don't know how to not be disruptive.
Shout out to Freddie, man.
Yeah, Freddie.
I just love how you just don't know what you're gonna get from him.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
I was not expecting that neither.
And
This is a
I
vibe.
love it.
This is a vibe.
It's a
and
vibe.
I hate the word vibe. I told
You
y'all I hate
did.
the word, but this is it.
It just make you like, now let me light this blunt. See, I ain't popping Molly. I'm lighting the blunt now.
Did you dip your blunt in Molly?
Nah, I ain't never did that.
Did you wrap it with Black and Mild?
So when I first moved here, I didn't understand why no one did that.
Oh,
like I didn't know that Black and Milds was like a regional
that
thing.
it was something that was.
Yeah, I came here and they had
Now,
some,
Black Miles is not a region. It's a class thing.
The amount of times that we've mentioned Black and Mild, I really need one of y'all's reps to call us immediately about getting us some vanilla Black and Mild candles on this stage.
I was like, paper backwoods. What are these things? But
Wow.
I mean, because everyone rolls with, the only people that rolled with papers were Jamaicans.
Oh,
like they really know how to roll. But anyway,
why you change your voice?
I just be changing my voice. What we gonna go to next? Do you have hip hop or R&B? Are we getting out of it?
No, we gotta go down the line.
We gonna pass the aux.
All right. Wait, I gotta play it from my phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I guess before you get to playing it, do you want to tell us who it is?
Oh yeah,
Because you about to put us on. He wouldn't tell us.
He
Y'all.
wouldn't even tell us.
who it was.
This is some ignorant shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh,
It's,
We love ignorant shit. I'm
this
drinking
kid
out a red
named
cup
Nardo.
today instead of a wine glass.
By the way, I do want to shout out to the tweeters. I did see the Lil Baby leak and him listening to his new music. So I normally come in here. It's Lil Baby, Mulatto,
we love
or
a Lil
Kodak.
Baby. Yeah.
Like I'm real that vibe.
Or Kevin Gates. You do love a Kevin Gates.
I love a Kevin Gates.
She loves a
My
Kevin Gates.
goodness.
So the song I'm about to play is from this kid named Nardo Wick. It's called Who Wants Smoke.
Nardo Wick.
Who Wants Smoke? That's her jiffy for this show.
For real? Oh, you gonna like this song then?
I already feel it.
I'm playing it from my Apple Music. That's
Because
cool.
the way that you're from your mother era, but do you want to fight? That's my era.
Fight me. You finna fight me.
Wait, what era? When did that end? Because my mama used to be like, come to the house, y'all can fight in the front yard.
All right, I'm pressing play now.
Miss Tammy was always about that action.
She be about that life. There we go.
This my shit right here. This little.
Oh, is it gonna make me like shake my dreads?
He looks so young. He's so cute.
He's talking crazy though.
Okay.
Love this. This gotta play. This guy, we gotta get this. We gotta get this as a clip. Who wants to smoke with me?
Pause.
When the sun's out, he be talking that shit.
Where is he from?
I don't know. I think he's from Florida.
Definitely. I was about to say he give me Kodak
this ain't
vibes.
the best part of the song. Why?
Or Louisiana, maybe. Wow.
He'll eat your face? Oh, he on bath salts. He definitely from Florida.
I love this song.
It's definitely in the South. You saw how cheap the gas was in the video? Hey.
What the fuck is that?
Those are just the neighbors upstairs. Calm down.
Hey. 904. What area code is that?
That's Jacksonville, no?
Florida?
I think that's Jayville. Can we look that up, Scream Man?
I'm about to look it up right now.
We go to the end of the song. We can turn it off.
Nah, you can.
Everybody? All right.
Or just turn it down.
Give a little fade.
Okay. Like
give a little fade.
Come on,
light fade.
Come on, DJ Wayno.
Okay.
904. That's Jayville, right? Duval.
Yes, it is.
I knew it. Florida Chopper City, what's up?
Nah, I like that kid. He got a song on that what's the movie that came out, the Fred Hampton movie? Judas and the Black Messiah. Yeah, he got a song on there too.
We played a few songs. That whole shit is fucking good.
But that kid, that
that's
kid
what
hard.
I've been listening to this past week.
No Wick.
That's my now cleaning the house music.
Can
actually.
we? Can this?
Does it go back?
You gotta move it around
the thing, so you can give it back to Mandii to get around the thing. I got 2 joints actually. I'm gonna play for y'all.
Come on, 2. I got 2 joints.
But I do want to before I do that, I do want to shout out Beres Hammond because last night he did a performance for Facebook that was incredible. He brought out Popcorn. He brought out Marcia Griffiths, who, I mean, if you've ever listened to reggae music, you should know who that is. My man is Jamaican. That's the real reason I know who that is. But it was a beautiful performance, and it was the first time that I actually like really got into like the live element virtually in this capacity, right? There's a smoke machine, there's a horn section, there's a background singers. Like, this is the type of shit I miss from
Why
live.
you talking about him? Just because I know Wayno don't really know. Could we get some of his music in the background talking about him? Because I'm not going to lie. I saw the tweet. Someone tweeted us to watch it. Oh, yeah. And then when I clicked in, I said, I do know who this is.
Oh, yeah.
This is some shit my daddy was playing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right. And mine too.
Right.
But I was so young that I don't remember. Like, it was never anything that I would have remembered as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was never anything we talked about that he would ever bring up. But I'm going to play, we'll go with Rockaway because that's just.
There we go.
Like.
Now, you ain't going to tell me this just ain't never play in your kitchen, though?
An hour and a half.
I grew up in a Jamaican neighborhood.
An hour and a half worth of just quality live music, just a good little warm vacation moment. That's how it felt. I felt like I was on vacation with my man last night.
I feel like I'm sipping a pina colada listening to this.
Yeah, so shout out to Beres Hammond.
A rum punch.
Yeah, Beres Hammond brought out Popcorn. He brought out Buju Banton. It was just a great performance. You know what I mean? He had the whole entire band. We don't see musical. We don't get to experience musical experiences like that anymore. Musical moments like that anymore.
Right.
So, and he's a legend. He's a legend, and he named a bunch of artists that passed away, and said, thank you for your life, which I thought was a really powerful statement. Jamaica just be knowing they know how to phrase things. Like their sayings and their lyrics and stuff is always really, really important. So I did want to shout him out.
That's why my daddy got so many girlfriends. They must listen. They know how to say something right.
They do. So in the spirit of, it was the best way to end Black History Month too. By the way, I have to say that too. That was just such a fire way to go out. And in light of that, I did want to put the spotlight on this Nigerian artist named Young L. Y'all know I love Afrobeats. I listen to Afrobeats actually more than I listen to any other genre of music.
Yeah, we've been updated this week with Davido, and his new girlfriend. Just because you done talked about.
I know somebody added me and was like, "I know that's your friend," and I was like, "I don't."
Davido is not really my friend. Is that your friend?
I mean, Pato Ranking is my friend. Like that's my guy, but I don't know Davido personally. But yeah, so this is a joint from Young L. He released a project called Yadman King Size.
All right.
He's from Nigeria. He's from Niger. So I want to shout him out. He has a song with Wizkid called Eve Bounce, and you'll recognize the sample right away.
And I like Wizkid too.
Me too. Best album of 2020 in my opinion. Don't debate me. Debate your mom.
I wasn't gonna debate you because that was my freshly squeezed.
Wizkid's album.
It's so good. Made in Lagos.
Made in Lagos album was the best album of 2020 for me. So yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I listened to it, but I gotta think. Best album in 2020?
Yeah.
Are you
full listen beginning to end?
Do you have?
I'll let y'all think on it for a second. Think on it.
I have my favorite album of 2020.
Which was what?
Lil Baby.
Come on, Lil Baby.
Okay.
My turn to Deluxe.
Okay.
Oh, but Dirk too. Dirk had a hell of an album.
I only listen to him when he's featured.
That's fair. Well, this is
sorry
young.
for you.
This is sorry for you. This is Young L featuring Wizkid. This is called Eve Bounce remix. The video is also fire. It's animated. It's great.
The air horns only sound good in this type of music.
Only.
It fucked up all the other songs. Kill it with me, no.
That's he do say it. No.
It was supposed to, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Is this the sample, right?
No, the track
Kill it with me, kill it with me, kill it with me.
Where's Lady Saw at?
Right.
Remember Lady Saw?
Right.
Killed it, bitch.
Look at this video. Like, he bouncing up and down.
Bouncing on her ass.
It's amazing.
I ain't gonna lie, the colors remind me of Beavis and Butthead, Do America.
Oh, I was thinking Barney.
Barney.
It is. That's
I
Barney's
mean purple and green. You're right.
We could really see the age difference here in our references.
Yeah, my little sister was on Barney time.
Yeah, this is Barney to me. You said Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, today's my little sister's birthday. I got
happy birthday, little sis.
Yeah, TT. Happy birthday, TT.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, TT.
I like this. This goes.
Everything I've been listening to now is also inspiring me to get back in the gym because outside is on its way.
It's on its way?
It's on its way.
But you said you ain't jacking outside this summer, though?
I'm still going to wear shorts even if I'm inside.
I feel you.
I'm still trying to have my midriff out even if I'm inside. Or I might have to go somewhere else that's warm. I just feel like that's on the horizon for me.
Facts.
I need to get out. I did want to play one other record that I love, this R&B, because I had to.
Of course.
Kiana Lede is one of my favorite up and coming little up and coming R&B girls. But she did a record with They, the duo R&B duo They, and it's actually their record, and she's featured on the record. But it's called Count Me In.
They.
Yeah.
That wasn't her and him.
No, her and him was Zoe Deschanel and
her
and another gentleman.
Her wasn't her and him.
No, her is Gabby Wilson.
Yes,
who's,
okay.
Who's a totally different artist.
Damn.
It's all right. Listen,
all right. I was just trying to...
It's a lot of pronouns. It's a lot of pronouns.
Her, him, they.
Her and him, they.
They wasn't thinking
you,
at
me,
all.
Him, and her.
You, me, him, and her. It's a lot.
That's real
That would
too?
be a fire group name.
Well, I wonder if that exists.
You, me, him, and her.
I mean,
that's
it's a Jay-Z song, but that would be a fire group name.
That's 4 people. I ain't gonna
But
hold
if it was 2 people,
if it was a
band,
band,
fire. That'd be a fire band name.
That would be a fire ass band name.
Just being on the pod with multiple people, I don't know how these bands work and all these big ass groups and
shit.
More than 2,
more
than 1.
I would love another nerd album, but a good one.
Oh wow! All right.
Because that last one was
I called them NERD.
You're the worst. You're the worst. Anyway, this is They.
She said that like, you know how people be like,
right.
I don't smoke Newports, I smoke Newport Lights.
Right. Can I have a Diet Coke instead?
Okay.
Oh, I like this.
Mm-hmm.
See, people be forgetting that the music industry is not only rap. This is fire.
I'm gonna be downloading this one.
Mm-hmm. Joe, if you steal this, give me my fucking credit. Thanks.
So is this a group like Division?
Yes.
Okay. So
you
it's
ever
a
seen
duo.
Division live before?
What happened?
You ever seen Division live before?
They're incredible.
I have not
They
seen
dope.
them live.
I seen them at Soho House. They performed on the roof. That shit was lit.
This is my shit.
When R&B singers perform live, do you expect energy or do you expect vocals?
It depends on the artist.
Because I know she got like trashed, like just for her lack of energy. But I enjoyed you as hell. Like I got to see you perform live right before COVID ended. But also Summer Walker
started. Yeah.
Bro, she sounds so good live, and I don't care if she just stands there.
I don't care. I want to hear her talk that shit. I don't care. She don't dance and none of that shit.
No, but she had strippers around her. Like she had some sort of like stage presence, but she sounds so good live. So I hated when there was so much talk about like how she just, to me, I expect R&B singers to just belt out. I don't want to see them doing a 1-2 step.
Well, here's the thing: R&B artists now are not singers. They are vibe creators, energy creators. They create an atmosphere to give you an experience. That's what it is. It's not the same anymore. And that's okay. It's not an insult to any of the R&B artists, but it's really not about singing anymore. It's not. Most of the new wave of R&B acts cannot really sing. A lot of them can't really sing and belt the way that you're talking about belt. I don't mean sing like they don't have talent. I mean like you're not getting Whitney Houston. You're not getting Deborah Cox. You're not getting Toni Braxton. You're not getting, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same.
Cause Whitney, I was listening to Don't Make Me. I don't
the
shit from the Bodyguard. I'm not gonna sing it. I sing it in the car. I have crazy in the car.
I have nothing.
I have nothing.
That's the name of the song.
Yo, I've never heard a song with vocal performance like that ever again in my life. I can't say that I've heard a song with that level of vocal performance that she did on I Have Nothing. And when she come back every time.
Yeah, she does.
Come on, that shit crazy.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I didn't
it's
think
giving
about
a
that.
modulation too. Musically, she goes up in the song. The only other time we've seen that is honestly Beyonce's Love on Top.
I mean, but also
and that because she goes up. She goes up like 4 or 5 times in that song. It's high as shit.
But I mean, certain people you don't expect. Like, you know who would be fire if they could dance?
Who?
Weeknd. Imagine if Weeknd could dance.
Oh my God.
No, he would
not.
not.
Like Weeknd?
No, he would not.
Y'all don't like Weeknd?
I have a 3-song. I have a 3-song.
You
max
want him
for
to dance
Abel.
like
vocally?
Nah,
a 3-song max? I mean, no. Look. Vocally, I'm not talking about vocally. I'm just talking about like.
If he could dance, he'd be right.
He makes me want to
you just want something Molly again.
If he could dance, he would almost be Bruno Mars. Almost. And I'm cool.
Oh shit.
No.
Y'all cold.
Almost be Bruno
God
Mars.
Damn.
Nah, I'm just saying.
Bruno go crazy.
I'm only talking about like from a live performance aspect.
Yeah, I ain't talking about live.
You want him to dance like Omari on Chris Brown?
That'd be crazy.
No.
Yo, Weeknd to dance like Omarion, that would be crazy. I wouldn't be crazy.
No.
That wouldn't be crazy?
No.
Fuck out of here. Yo, listen. I fuck with Weeknd, yo.
I mean,
I fuck with Weeknd.
Maybe.
Weeknd that nigga.
Maybe. I like what he does now. He doesn't need to dance.
But if he could dance though. Like imagine if he could just do 5 minutes.
You know what? If he could dance, I might forget about the vocal a little.
All
I'm just
he needs
not
to
a
do
fan
is the
of his
1-2
voice.
step, just like this. I'm not a fan either. I'm not
a fan of his voice, and that's not to say that he's not a good singer. I just am not a fan. It's not for me. It's an acquired taste.
I don't like that song he got with Calvin Harris.
No.
I think it's because I sold Molly and not Coke, which is why I can't. I just can't get with him.
Yo.
Maybe if I did the little white girl, maybe
you
Weeknd
gotta make
would
sure
be
your
for me.
statutes of limitations is up before you be talking that shit.
First off, that was well over 10 years ago.
She's much more Project X than she is Snowfall. That's what she's trying to say.
Right. She's definitely Project X. You the person that sell a white kid 10 pills and they catch an overdose, right? Like,
oh my
God. Whoa. I mean, if the money came.
Look, exactly. She wanted them and they're going to get it from somebody. It might as well be me, people.
Oh my God. It might as well be me.
You're a capitalist, man.
If somebody going to make it, let it be me. I'm not mad at that.
So one of the new segments that we brought to See the Thing Is, by the way, I hope y'all enjoyed our Freshly Squeezed, was just shit that we do not give a fuck about. Yes. There's a lot, and I love how y'all just be sending us shit that we should talk about. But a few of the things that I do not care about and that y'all are probably not going to hear us discuss here on this pod. I'm going to start first. JT and Lil Uzi. I'm sorry. I do not give a fuck.
I don't
and
care.
they both out here making each other look dumb.
Care.
And the fact that also JT said that y'all bitches just hating because y'all used to say he was cute. Sis, no one ever said that about Lil Uzi.
We said his bags were cute. That's what we said.
Uzi like
we said his bags were cute.
I'm just saying.
I love his bag collection.
We never wanted
his bag. You're not gonna tell me his bag collection is fire. Don't even we can't. I'm not playing
some of those
Uzi.
bags, not for myself.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not playing Uzi, but if you ever, you know what I'm saying?
We said that his dance moves and his twirls were cute, not him.
I never said that, but I like his bags collect. I like his bag collections.
All right, what did you not give a fuck about this week?
Still don't care about Party and Meg. I don't want to see anybody else in their bonnet. I just don't. I don't. Here's the thing, because if it's really love, I want them to protect that shit.
That's why I don't show my nigga.
That's why that's the only reason. I'm not a hater. I have the same type of lovey-dovey affectionate shit with my man. I don't want this to implode. I want them to love each other off the internet. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Was there anything that you saw that I know hit the airwaves, but you just didn't give a fuck about this
I don't
week?
give a fuck about most of this shit.
This is the perfect segment
to keep
for
it
you.
all the way, man. I really, you know what it is? Because it's like, I'm invested in artists' art. Like, I don't really give a fuck about what they do in their spare time.
Do you think about social media when you consider an artist?
Oh, good question, bitch.
You mean to sign them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, not too much. I just want to make sure that they're not doing nothing crazy, nothing disrespectful, because that could be detrimental. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to be associated with. First of all, I don't want to be associated with, if there's an artist and every picture is a fucking gun, I'm probably not gonna have you.
Probably
I'm not
a liability.
Meet you,
right?
You know what I mean? Exactly.
Do you believe though that for an artist to, outside of having talent and making good music, that there has to be some sort of social presence, or that people have to
somewhat,
like
it's
them
not
now?
the same for. I feel like it's all in your mission. I feel like artists have mission statements and who they are. So it's if you're an artist that you really predicated on just the art, then stay that way. And every now and then you could drop a dope picture in or some shit like that. But if you one of them artists that a lot of artists make money off of social media. That's the thing that people don't talk about. That pays their bills. So them doing certain type of shit, endorsing certain products, they got to play that game. Me personally, I give a fuck about the music, because end of the day, that's all everybody really cares about. You know what I mean? It's a lot of artists that can do all this social media shit, but they can't stream.
Facts. I also want to say something else I do not care about, and y'all know this is my lane for my other show. I do not care that they are making Mr. Potato Head gender non-conforming. And I'm just it's just getting out of hand here.
I'm gonna keep it 100. That blew mine.
It blew you. Did you see that? And I'm just
because I'm just who had the meeting about this shit? It was a meeting. It was a meeting. It was a press release. It was all of that. It was I never looked at Mr. Potato Head. I mean, his name is Mr. Potato Head, and it was Mrs. Potato Head, and I can't speak for
potato heads.
Right, but my thing is I can't speak for the community.
You could take the mustache off Mr. Potato Head, and then
he just be Mr. Potato Head without the mustache.
Or you could put the mustache on him, and he could still wear lipstick.
It's a fake potato. Who give a fuck?
I know
that shit don't make no that shit took a lot of time out of people's day the other day.
No, it really did.
Somebody got paid. Somebody got paid to put the mustache on Mrs. Potato Head.
Somebody
got paid to do that.
Oh, Mrs. Potato Head deserves a mustache too. The fuck? Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
Niggas is tripping.
Something else that I do not give a flying fuck about is the fact that Lady Gaga paid $500,000 for her stolen dogs to be returned. There was just a lot of fuss about this, and I just did not care.
Now, the craziest thing I seen about that, somebody said that shit looked like a GTA mission.
Oh wait, y'all saw the video and stuff?
I ain't watched that.
No,
I don't be liking to watch people get hurt.
No. I would never want to watch that.
Shit like that. But that's crazy. I ain't gonna front. You gonna clap a nigga over some dogs? Brother, you might as well ran up in the bank. You know what I mean? You'd had a long, because they're gonna get caught. Whoever did that shit is gonna.
And whoever returned them, I'm like, y'all were probably the ones that stole it. No.
They said that they tied him to a tree or some shit.
That's full of shit. I do want to ask you before we get off of shit we don't care about. The Golden Globes.
Didn't care about that.
But apparently,
except for the black people that won.
I was about to say, apparently they went out their way to make sure all the blacks won. They said, black, you are gonna win, and I like that because there was a lot of award shows that did not read the room, but also ignored the really, really good fucking talent and good art that was put out this
sometimes, just a question. Do y'all feel like sometimes they be pandering? Because I feel like sometimes they be pandering.
Yes, 100%.
Not saying that some of the people that we want to see win don't deserve it. But it's like sometimes I just like, come on, my nigga.
But
like,
I feel that. I mean, I feel that way about this Best Actor, the drama, and this is
we
not
said this,
to say,
we talked about this though.
But we said this was going to happen, right?
Yes.
That they're giving the Best Actor Golden Globe to Chadwick Boseman because he's no longer here. He's no longer
They did
with
that
us.
with
there's
Nipsey.
definitely sympathy awards.
There's a lot of sympathy awards,
yeah.
which is okay, which I guess is okay in the grand scheme, but to me, it doesn't compensate for anything that's been snubbed in the past and anything that will continue to be snubbed.
Congrats, Jamie Soule, best animated.
Jamie Foxx won for the best animated.
What did I say?
Soule.
Jamie
God
Soule.
damn it, Jamie Foxx.
Soule.
Jamie
One
Soule.
for soul. He does have soul, baby.
He does. All right.
I'm gonna make it do what it do. Baby.
All right.
Hell, yes.
We have to congratulate Daniel Kaluuya as well because he won for Best Supporting for Judas and the Black Messiah, which I'm confused. Well, I guess he was the supporting because it wasn't.
So
He was supporting. Lakeith was the main?
Lakeith. The story was following Lakeith.
You know what's crazy about
it
that?
wasn't really following Fred Hampton.
The biggest takeaway from the Judas and the Black Messiah for me was that Fred Hampton was only 21 years old, and so is NBA YoungBoy.
Oh Jesus! That was the biggest takeaway. You said?
Only because I knew Fred.
Why was that?
I knew
Why
Fred
was that the takeaway?
because the difference in men in times. Like I feel like and at those times. I don't know NBA YoungBoy. I'm not taking nothing away from him by no means. I'm just saying it's like growing up. Think about it. Like we've all outlived Biggie and Tupac, and they still at the time that they died, they still feel older than us.
100%.
Like just their mindsets and all of that. And I'm just looking at like, I just don't see people putting themselves on that line for that for their people as much. I just made the comparison of NBA YoungBoy being 21 years old only because like it just shows you like a polar opposite decades later. You know what I'm saying?
It does. And I wonder a little bit if that has to do with social media. If it has to do with, I don't want to put completely the blame on that, but I would even go as far as even to blame our public school systems. Like from what we're taught, from what we're learned, like to know that I have friends who are Black and don't understand what they may face going outside as being Black. Like a lot of people are sheltered depending on where you grow up. Like my experience growing up in the South is going to be very different from you guys growing up in the North.
Right.
And I don't know.
But I also think generationally, none of our young people are willing to die for this. They're not.
I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I gotta tip my hat, pause, like to the
Tip your hat is a pause?
It could be perceived as a pause depending on who's listening. But look, listen. No, but to the young people who was out in the streets during the times of not the rioting but the protesting. It's a lot of young brothers and sisters that put themselves on the line.
Absolutely.
And I feel like the problem is that there's not enough emphasis on the ones that we do have. Like when you look at
because we don't know who they are. Because the ones that we know are the ones that get notoriety on social media.
And I'll be honest, I used to be a blogger. It didn't matter how much good someone does.
Right.
The clicks. And
that's what I'm saying. The clicks.
The
clicks.
The clicks get you the attention.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, all right, cool. Like, all right. I look at one example is like my son, right? Like I look at my son and I see how he does a lot, but like people are still stuck on him being a rapper from back in the day more than him coming home from doing 7 years, changing his entire life and putting himself towards a cause.
Right.
Like I feel
Killer
like
Mike is still referred to as an artist or rapper.
But Killer Mike is still an artist that's out here.
And
he's still.
Okay.
I feel like
he still goes by Killer Mike.
He still goes, but as an artist,
Right.
like for
Yeah.
his activism and his artistry match.
Yes.
Okay.
A bit. You know what I'm saying? Like when he went on Bill Maher, he was on there to talk about not being an artist, but being an activist and growing up with a father who was a police officer and changing the narrative in Atlanta. Right. So I feel like I'm just giving my son as the first example that popped in my head because I feel like he doesn't get the recognition that he should for changing his life and helping, like organizing the
he did in the Bronx.
Yeah, the thing with all the gang members, like that shit is not like this ain't LA, but gangs in New York is a very real thing. And for you to get all these different brothers and sisters from all these different neighborhoods and all these different gangs to come together for a common thing and have peace. A person like him, he might have been the only person that could pull that off because people respect his gangster. Right. But I think that they got to respect his activism just as well, and they don't. It's not the same. You know
But I do think social media has a lot to do with that.
Absolutely.
Aesthetically, it's not.
Absolutely.
And optically, it doesn't. It's not appealing to the younger generation, and that's the part that sucks, right? It's like Fred Hampton's entire mission and movement, as was a lot of activists at the time, was not to really be in the spotlight per se, but to establish enough of a following and enough of an audience to further the mission and further the movement without being at the forefront all the time.
Yeah. And I like that we're even here because we like to normally wrap up, y'all know, about talking about TV. And I recently watched Billie Holiday versus the United States of America. I think they put the whole thing.
U.S. versus Billie Holiday.
U.S. versus Billie Holiday.
Shout out to Andra Day, who won the Golden Globe.
She did win a Golden Globe for that.
She won Best Actress, and that was her first role. Go off, sis.
She did so well. I really think the acting was good. I will say, before I get into this, I know we all didn't want to see slave movies anymore. We made it very clear we didn't want to. My problem is, and I want to talk about, because this goes back to not only the Billie Holiday movie, not only Judas and the Black Messiah, I will take it all the way back to Queen and Slim. We're getting nothing but informant movies at this point. And I hate that all we're getting is movies of how our own people turned against us. And I know that right now, just with the even climate, we're fighting white supremacy. We're fighting all of these things. And I hate that now on film, what we're viewing is not only history, but they're picking the stories in which we are seeing that it was our own people that turned against us. That maybe there isn't unity between black people. And when we're fighting right now, what we're fighting, and it's also sickening to be watching these movies, and it's still fucking happening. One of the sickest things that I take from the Billie Holiday movie was actually the facts that they brought into it. So in 1938, they tried to pass a bill for anti-lynching. It didn't get passed.
It didn't pass.
In 2019, they went to pass Emmett Till. They used his name, Emmett Till anti-lynching bill. Still has yet to be passed. And it's just like, it's sick that lynching is still not a bill that is just, it's not okay. And that is something that we have seen over the last 2 or 3 years where black men were hanging from trees in California and all these other states. So I don't know. I understand entertainment. I understand it's also a little early that we don't want to see movies about COVID even right now. But to be in the movement that we're in right now, and for me to be watching on film, are people really going against our people when we know that there's a bigger fight about it? I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm just hating the informant movies now.
I understand that, but I also think it's still important to understand the magnitude of black power in all of these films, right? Like the understanding that law enforcement officials, the FBI's entire organization was completely targeting
Billie Holiday.
Someone like a Billie Holiday who's a musician. They did
or
it to
Fred Hampton who was 21.
Hey, but you know that they did not acknowledge the mob though, right?
No.
You know that
They never.
You didn't know about that?
Never.
So even J. Edgar Hoover,
Hoover was a monster.
He said that homosexuality was an abomination and he was a closet homosexual the whole time, right?
Oh.
But
did you ever watch
the Hoover movie?
Yeah,
no.
with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Maybe.
But
I'm gonna say
it's
maybe.
cool, but you gotta watch like documentaries.
I'm sure I watched
to really
it.
get the
You
real
should
story,
watch
you gotta
it.
watch
You
more
should watch
documentaries. But J. Edgar Hoover,
That's what I like.
There was like the mob was like a real thing. The thing with the mob was, and I mean, it's a rumor that they used to line him up with chicks, and he used to like to dress up. You know what I mean? He used to put on fishnet tights and dresses and shit.
Cross-dresser.
Exactly.
Okay.
And they used to get pictures of him. So they would never, like, while the mob is operating and doing all this crazy shit, he's not saying that they exist at all. The only reason why he was able to acknowledge them was because there was this big mob meeting in Chicago where everybody came from Miami, New York, all of that. And then once that happened, then he started going after them. And then he didn't even go after them. He went after them for shit like liquor, not for murder and none of that shit.
But that's what they were going after even Billie Holiday for was drugs.
Well, no. That's the only thing they could get on her. They weren't going after her because of that.
But
they
it
were
was
going
the strange
after her
fruit.
because of strange
fruit.
And because initially they tried to say she was inciting a riot by performing that record.
But that's the story of our people. It was so crazy. Is like all we ever really wanted was a better life, and think about how threatening that was. But the reason why these laws don't change is because, like, you know, these laws were written by like old white racist men to protect them back then, and those people, their children are in those seats now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And of course, there's definitely gonna be change, but like by the time, I don't know, like by the time shit really changes, I'll be an old man. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if we'll even.
I don't even think we'll see
but
it.
I was about to say
the way that we would like to see it. But
even,
I just think these movies. I mean, even something like a Fred Hampton for a man who's 21 years old to literally invoke the fury and the rage and the hatred and the obsession that the FBI had, to me, speaks only to the power of Black people.
And also for the young people, the young people, I just learned this recently, had no idea. When I was going to school, I got free lunch. Free lunch was something that was actually started from the Black Panther Party.
Yep.
And that's something, of course, I never knew, but getting free lunch when I was growing up was a big
thing.
fucking deal.
Yeah.
To get snacks in the after school program were a big deal. For something like the fucking free lunch in public schools to be started by a party like the Black Panther Party.
Think about when it was in those times. Like that's the look, this is the thing, right? Like all niggas wanted was to just be left alone.
Right.
Like don't whoop our ass. Like don't just don't treat us like we're not human beings. Like it's a point in time where we was considered 3/5 of a man and the rest was an ape.
You gotta watch
really
Amend. You gotta watch Amend while we're talking about television. Amend is the documentary on Netflix that Will Smith produced. And every episode highlights different movements, but all leading into and around
it's on Netflix.
The 14th Amendment,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
And again, the type of thing that gets passed around, and people decide not to go through with it. Then they honor it, and then you get a whole new wave of the opposing partisan group that's like, nope, we don't want to have this. We can't have this in here. It's insane.
You know what's crazy about the Fred Hampton thing too? It was used in Black Messiah. Fred Hampton wasn't only standing for he was standing for poor people.
Right.
Because he went and rallied the poor white people, the poor Spanish people.
I saw the white people.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think
it was about community. It wasn't about the idea of revolution for him was about community. It had less to do with violence and more about community.
Right.
Yeah.
But
the
that's
violence was to protect the community that he was creating simultaneously. So I mean,
well, if you guys haven't yet, the Billie Holiday movie was just really well done.
I gotta watch that.
And it's also just
on
Hulu.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson is protesting Hulu. Y'all rock to see.
Why? What's going on?
Because they putting out an unauthorized documentary about his life.
Wait,
and he said, you ain't see, he said,
Scream Man, can you pull that up?
Can you find that?
During Black History Month, y'all gonna take a Black man's story. You ain't see that?
No.
Yeah, Mike Tyson went crazy on Hulu.
Look at you potting today. This wasn't on our list.
This wasn't, and I'm happy you brought it up because Netflix definitely gave Dave Chappelle his shit back.
They
definitely tried to honor him.
It's an unauthorized, but you know how people make them autobiography books of somebody, that's kind of wild.
Oh, by the way, while speaking of biopics, I do want to send condolences and hope he heals well. Tiger Woods was in a car crash, and he was like
not
getting
condolences. We can't.
Is it not condolences?
Well wishes.
Well wishes. Y'all know I don't be knowing words anyways. I just tried to use a big one.
Hi, that's why we're here.
Okay, thank you, friend. So well wishes to Tiger Woods. He got into a really bad car accident where the jaws of life had to get him out. So. Damn. Yeah, and it's crazy because he was back. I know we've talked about the doc.
Tiger,
he's back.
Tiger, sir. I think Mr. Woods. I think we should get a driver now.
He should have been had a driver.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it 100. The amount of rich people that don't have drivers is crazy.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I know who's driving your car outside, rich man.
Nah, I drive my car.
Okay,
I drive my car,
crazy,
but listen, it is crazy. I'm gonna keep it a bin. It is crazy because I'm just thinking about like. I'm in a place where people know who I am, but I ain't on no fucking Tiger level, though.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna front though. See, he's driving some bullshit too. That shit, like, it's not like he's driving a Ferrari around. He's driving like a fucking Ford Escape or something like that. It looks like. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure
that looked like a Q8 maybe.
I was about to say
even a Q8. Audi. Like, come on, man. Like, I ain't driving.
I'm just saying.
If I'm Tiger Woods, I'm not driving no Q8.
I'm just saying, when you have Tiger Woods money,
the fact that we can't even tell what type of car it is, that's how fucked up.
When you have Tiger Woods money, you should have a driver. But also, when you're Tiger Woods and you've had some incidents in cars in general, you should have a driver.
Well, check this out. Even if you're not rich, if you are drinking, get an Uber.
Well, no, this wasn't even a situation where he was drinking, but it's like.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
it's not
a Genesis GV.
What is that?
80?
I don't even know who made that.
That's the Genesis shit. It's like it look like the fake Bentley.
Now that's how you know I ain't rich enough. I never even heard of a Genesis car.
That's a Hyundai.
Wait, that's a Hyundai? Oh,
first of all.
Bitch, that was my first. I had a Hyundai Sonata as my first car.
The audacity of Google to call this a luxury. Please shut up, Google.
Wait, it's Hyundai.
That's their luxury SUV though.
But it's a Hyundai.
That's their luxury SUV.
It's a Hyundai.
Their luxury
See,
SUV.
but you want to know, remember what we was talking about earlier? What we identify as something is a thing. Because guess what? Tiger Woods, he could buy any car he want, but they probably gave him that shit for free.
I will say, too, apparently the car they're saying is what saved his life. So apparently whatever is in this car
I think the jaws of life saved his life.
Well, that too.
That's crazy.
That's it.
Like, you had to be in a really bad, the car had to be fucked up
and it
bad in
was.
order for you to get the jaws of
We
life.
still gonna talk about WandaVision?
I think
that's all on y'all. All right, I'll be drinking over here, guys.
We
I know
have to
y'all
talk about
think I talk
television.
too much, even though it's a pod, and I don't know what the fuck y'all want me to do when I'm not talking.
I just love nerd shit.
I do too. We have to talk. We have to get into WandaVision.
Spoiler alert, and it's gonna spoil me.
It's not a spoiler alert. If you're really about that fucking life, if you're really about that Marvel life,
Yeah, if this not something that you
I do
invested
like-
in,
this is
you
not a
ain't gonna
spoiler.
get
I like superheroes.
This is not a spoiler. Then you're caught up. You're
I
up
do
to
like
speed.
it. Okay.
Wait, real quick before
Yes.
we even go into that, did
Yes.
you watch? Was you on the hype of Avengers Endgame? Or did you
Infinity
not watch
War,
it at all?
none of it?
Infinity War, none of that?
I mean, I'll be watching it.
Then there's no point exactly. Like, she can't, like, we ain't
be
spoiling
watching
nothing for you.
it. No.
Not
do
spoiling
I need
nothing.
to
And
I need to
honestly-
rewatch Avengers before this?
And to be honest, I feel like the people that are diehard Avenger fans and Marvel watchers anyway are also gamers and they hate us. So they're not watching us. So they don't care. We're not spoiling
They
anything.
really don't.
We're not spoiling anything. So let's carry on. For those of y'all that have not
So
watched
how you feel about it?
WandaVision. So it took me a little bit to get into it, right?
Right.
The first couple episodes, I was like, y'all dragging this. This is and then it was kind of like, all right, cool. By episode like 4, I guess, when we realized like, well, not even, maybe episode 3, when we realized like Monica has some special powers. We know who her mother is. Like I'm starting to piece some things together.
Right.
There was no part of me at any point that anticipated Agatha.
That was the most shocking thing to you?
I was not anticipating that. No.
Really?
No.
I mean,
was not anticipating.
Her name is Agnes. It was like a
Agnes
abbreviation of Agnes.
Yeah,
Harkness.
It is an abbreviation of Agatha Harkness.
So
I just didn't. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Well, also because we didn't. They did a good job in this last episode because they gave us somewhat
The
of
story,
a backstory
of
of how
life.
she
Right.
of when it was like the realization that she's a Scarlet Witch, even though we knew that already.
Right.
Those of us who watched, who knew who Wanda Maximoff was, knew she was a Scarlet Witch
Scarlet
already.
Witch the whole time, right.
But building up until that, getting that backstory, I felt like was
dope.
good
That was important.
foundation laying.
The craziest part for me was Evan Peters coming in as Quicksilver. So this is the thing. Everybody thinks that like Wanda's like that they pulled him from the multiverse and all that. That's bullshit. I really believe that. I mean, the thing is that he's Quicksilver. He was Quicksilver
Right.
for X-Men,
Right.
but he was Quicksilver in the MCU too. But they couldn't call him Quicksilver because Marvel didn't own the rights.
Oh,
They didn't own the
know
rights.
that.
That's why you've never heard the word mutant in any Marvel movie.
Never.
That's why Wolverine is an X-Men. I mean, not
Yes.
X-Men. He's an Avenger. You know what I mean? Like Wolverine did missions with
we
Captain
didn't-
America together.
right, but
you can never put them together because they didn't own the rights.
Right, I was gonna say there's no films, there's nothing, anything outside
Disney
of comics.
spent billions of dollars and they bought all the Fox shit, everything. So it's like, I think that of course them bringing Evan Peters as Quicksilver in X-Men was better than Age of Ultron, but
agree.
they just brought it in as a dope thing. But
right.
I want to see if he's
But I
stay as her
also
brother or
thought
not.
right, but I also thought him showing up as Pietro was gonna be something else than it was. And
Everybody
I
thought he
didn't-
was gonna be Mephisto. I don't think
Right,
Mephisto's
I thought
not
he
in
was
this
gonna
at
be.
all.
I thought he was gonna be Mephisto.
Nah,
That's what I thought when I saw him when she opened the door and he's standing there. I was like, oh shit.
But it was rumors of that, but he's not gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be Mephisto. Like I don't think he's gonna be Mephisto. I mean, this last episode is gonna be.
Where
it's
is
gonna be
this show
crazy.
playing?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Oh, that's why
Yeah.
I don't pay for that
Yeah.
one. That's why I still ain't see Soul, but I ain't really want to bring it up on
Subscriptions
here.
is like the new cable. It's like I got like 15 different subscriptions.
I know.
I literally do. That's how you
At
know.
this point, we're paying what we would be. What
I'm
we would have been paying for
paying
cable.
I
so
still pay for
much.
cable though. That's the.
Oh
I
no,
still
so
pay
I
for
got
cable.
Sling, which
don't
is
know what
kind of
that
like
is.
cable.
Oh.
And they killing me on cable. Like I just looked at my bill.
Bro, I was paying over
See,
$200 for
my
cable because I had 3
mother-
boxes.
200. That's
So
cute.
yeah, we pay.
That shit is they
Yeah,
killing.
So I
like,
get
No,
I do
because
cable.
I'm just saying
I
they kill you for
canceled
that
my
shit.
cable because it was over 200.
We do cable because my mother it's on. Excuse me, included in Verizon, so it's easy. Like
That's what
to
I
do
had.
Verizon Files, I can have all the apps on my Apple TV, and it's still if they're a part of my mother's subscription for Verizon Files. So it's all the same bill that I'm paying anyway.
See, the problem with cable is that like, cable is like that thing that's like, you want to have, like you don't need it, but you have it. Like it's better to need and not want than want and not have.
And see, I can't talk
That's
about.
true.
I need cable, and this is not going to be anything I can even have a conversation with y'all about. But oh my God, Real Housewives franchise of Salt Lake City and Atlanta
that shit is wild.
so
Salt
good.
Lake is wildin'.
You watch Salt Lake?
Seen it before.
Can you and I talk about
I haven't been invested in it, but I've seen it.
Talk about
Wayno, you're the best first guest ever.
No, I'm
never leave. You ain't never leave us now.
Wayno, did you see the reunion?
No, I didn't see that.
But
all I know about the Salt Lake City
Mandy's
shit
so
is it's a chick on there that's married to like
her
grandmother's her grandmother's husband.
Yes.
Wait.
Now this shit is crazy.
No. Yes. So when her grandma died, she apparently said, "I want you to marry my husband because I don't think anyone else should have him." So she married her grandmother's husband.
That's the most gangster shit ever.
That's nasty.
Wait, and
that's
then
she let him clap.
And then had a kid.
Definitely let him clap.
And then had a kid.
For an old lady?
They had a kid?
No.
They had the kids together.
That's disgusting.
For an old lady to pass her nigga on like, go ahead
but
make
a
sure
good
you marry
one.
him so
Like,
he don't fuck nobody else.
But real good.
Keep that shit in the family.
So she's now
that's
the first.
But mind you,
they own churches.
Grandma was gangster.
But mind you, they
shit.
own churches. So she's the first lady of a church. Now,
churches be wild.
Churches be
They be
wild.
wild.
Wait, so she's the first lady and he's the pastor?
Yes.
That and the other chick. All I know is the other chick. That's the hoe. Like
Wait, which one the hoe?
Oh, so y'all
white
live.
chick.
Yeah, y'all live.
She be wildin'.
Heather?
Yeah, she be the Mormon chick, right?
Yeah.
She be wildin' the fuck out. Like, she be wildin'.
So they everybody just living in sin.
Yeah,
That's just
they're Mormons.
Everybody living in sin.
They're Mormons, so you get to like really understand the church.
Now you know the show is lit too though. It's this shit on Netflix with this black family that own the funeral homes.
I saw
my God,
that shit is dumb funny. Nah, that shit is
I saw
mad funny.
advertising. I haven't gotten into it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yo,
It's
that shit is dumb funny,
buried
yo.
with something. I can't remember the name.
That shit is funny.
I watched the little trailer thing and it looked good. I was like, I don't
Y'all
know if
watch
I
90
can
Day
get into
Fiance
it.
too?
Nah.
90 Day Fiance.
I watched Temptation Island. Temptation Island is
I never
fucking
seen
Real
it.
Housewives is my like guilty
It's
pleasure.
Temptation Island. This shit with like
the couples. It's the greatest setup in the world. So it's these couples that go to this island because they're unsure, which is the fucking dumbest thing in the world. They're unsure if they want to be together, so they go to this
and they
island.
let them date other people. Oh
yes.
yeah,
This show is amazing.
Nah, you not gonna
shit
kiss
is
my bitch. Yo,
amazing.
You're not gonna catch it.
Yo, the craziest shit.
With the nigga from New Orleans was on there.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, yo.
And the girls are all crying, and the guys are like, "Well, last night together. We'll see you in a couple weeks."
No,
and
you know what's crazy?
They mad hyped to get out the relationship.
When the dude his chick, she didn't want his son to come live with them. And he went on the date with the other chick, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards her." Nah, she was hot, yo. But the dude from New Orleans, he was like, because
I gotta
she
watch
kissed the nigga. Nah, I'd have been wilding on
no,
that.
I'd have been wilding.
I'm mad for him.
You're mad for him.
I'm
right
mad
now.
for him.
Can I also just say, I know she just gave you your flowers, but I'm so glad that we didn't sit here and do like men logic versus woman logic the whole time, because I'm sure like that's what people would have assumed.
What you mean?
Like, just because anytime I think men and women get in a club from Clubhouse to a room, like,
Oh
it
yeah,
just
I don't be
becomes
on
like the
Clubhouse
men-
though.
Yeah, no,
because
no,
everybody
me
on
neither,
Clubhouse
me
are
neither.
expert. No, everybody.
part.
Everybody on Clubhouse is expert.
She said that.
No, listen, that shit be blowing minds.
I went to that club one time and I never went
And
back.
she never
Let me tell you
and
the
I will
funniest.
never go back.
I don't know how long we go, but let me tell you the funniest shit I seen on Clubhouse. Right, I was going. Me and my daughter was going to going shopping or some shit. We waiting on the line. So it's like these three niggas, right, and one of them is on the line, and the other one he like this. He got his phone. He like. Or like it's two of them. Two of them is chilling. The other one's just on the line. So he like, yo, one mic. So he like, yo,
Oh
he
my
like,
God.
one mic.
No, listen.
No.
He like, yo, watch. He like, watch when they let me speak. He like, I'm about to go crazy on these niggas. He like, watch. I thought it was like some street shit. I ain't know what was going on. So once they opened the shit up, he was like, I feel that everybody deserves love, no matter if you're transsexual, heterosexual, pansexual. I feel like we're all deserving and we're all figuring out our traumas, and in one day we all deserve love. I was like, nigga, why you acting so crazy? Like I thought he was about to go crazy about some basketball shit.
I thought he was
because
about to battle.
like I ain't gonna lie,
if
I get loud and shit. Like when I talk about basketball, you'll think that like we about to fight. Like I get crazy. So
No,
I'm
that's
well,
but the
apparently
way-
I'm just loud all the time. So.
I am too.
you are,
it's
but
fine.
you're from the South, so that kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But
I'm a singer. My sense of volume is completely a different gauge.
But he like
totally
the
different
way he
gauge.
was going, I was like, oh, some real shit about to go down. He was like, I just think that everybody needs to relax and come back to their own selves.
No, that really is.
I'm just sitting here like,
that really is.
No.
Nigga, you trying to go in Stone Island and buy shirts and you talking about
that nigga said,
sexuality.
One mic.
He's like, yo, everybody, but you should have seen how him and his man, because he's saying one mic and his man is like, yo, one mic. I'm like, yo, these niggas is bugging.
Yeah, nah, I don't even go on the Clubhouse no more.
I be going on now, and I'll pop in a room, and then like people try to bring me up the talk, and I just leave every time.
By the way, I have some.
Every time.
I have. It's not grievances. Is it grievances? No. When I got beef with people.
That's a grievance.
Grievance. Yeah. So for one,
Static.
it's Apple. I got grievances with Apple before we get up out of here.
Static is the slang word for grievance. Yeah,
right.
Or can I say beef?
I mean, beef.
No, static. You got static with niggas. It's okay to say you got static.
I can say that's real New York. Like,
I wouldn't
it's
say.
okay
I
you got
wouldn't.
static.
yo, son, I got static.
See,
B?
that's the problem.
You can't.
They gotta say son. Why you have to say son?
Don't lead with yo
Nobody
son.
talks like that. Yo, son.
All right, yo,
Nah.
yo. Sorry.
See, you know what? Just forget it, yo.
We don't
now
say
I'm
son.
offended
It's
as a
like,
New Yorker.
So
Right.
I have beef with two people right now. I have beef with Apple because I went ahead and paid the money for
So that's not a person. That's a whole entire. Like, sis,
I got beef with them because
Sis is calling customer support in
I
the
got
middle
the
of this
new
pod.
phone and they got like this, I don't know, 7,000 gigabyte phone, right?
Okay.
The highest gigabyte phone
Yes.
I got.
Okay.
Apparently my iCloud doesn't match. So now it just keeps wanting to tell me to buy more iCloud storage, but I still have storage on my phone, but iCloud isn't accepting, I guess, all these gigs. And I'm like, bro, why you ain't just delete my backup? Like, I paid for this bigger phone to hold all this shit, and now you want me to pay more money for some motherfucking iCloud.
Yo,
so that's
crazy.
the first. Fuck Apple, bro. I guarantee Steve did not see this.
You ain't gonna get an Android.
I will not.
Exactly.
You're not going to be in anybody's galaxy.
I have beef because I don't want to pay no $10 a month for no extra cloud storage, bitch. That's why I bought the extra phone. Anyway.
Well, Apple, could someone from Apple please reach out to Mandii?
Second one, hold on. Let me get this ready. Let me get
expand her cloud.
Yo, don't. I do need.
Hey,
please
pause.
expand her cloud. Pause. You ain't got to pause that for me.
Wait, why are we?
Mandii
I'm not
got
gonna
all
say,
the
I
action.
kind of want my shit extended, expounded. Or, what was the word?
Expand my cloud.
All right.
Yo, y'all really crazy.
Wait, well, also before we get out of here, I done heard it, and I do want to say, forever, for whoever is on, hold on, let me get this little thing playing. Where it going? It ain't playing, God damn it. Oh, it's because it's on mute. There we go. I know it sounds like a Looney Tunes gun, but it's holding weight, bitch.
Definitely Yosemite Sam in the corner.
I need them gunshots, bitch.
Definitely Yosemite Sam, bro.
It's for whoever is running the YouTube over here at the JBN. God damn it.
Oh, facts.
Yes. Hold on. Here we go one more time.
Can we run that Nardo record back? Because
Who
I
wants
want
smoke
smoke.
with me?
Who wants smoke? I want smoke.
I want all the smoke because you are motherfucking lucky I got a nigga and I ain't sitting here trying to choose on no niggas. Because guess who?
The YouTube thumbnails.
Bro,
Yo.
you trying my life. And you know what? I literally don't even pay it no mind because I'm getting it. I'm getting my big O's every week from my man. But if I wasn't, y'all would make my life a living hell because I would be a walking catfish, bro. The way y'all be doing me on them thumbnails, here, I'm going to do it for you. That's what the fuck y'all got me looking like.
Please don't do that again.
Yeah, that was crazy.
No,
That's gonna be the thumbnail. That's gonna be the thumbnail.
They gonna fuck around and make that the thumbnail.
No, but real quick, I literally came in today talking about I was gonna be laughing like,
right, giving you all of the
Marilyn
photo.
Monroe.
bro, because they tried the fuck out of me with them
Here's the
thumbnails,
thing.
my nigga.
None of us have any shame over here. Please put a fucking filter on me, sir. Put a filter on me. Digitally Juvederm me, sir. Give me a chin. Thin my chin out, lift my face, lift my brow, whatever you gotta do.
We ain't gotta the brows is lifted
I'm
already.
just saying, contour a cheek, contour a jawline, something.
At this point, YouTube group, I need you to add eyeshadow to my eyes.
Shit.
Get on the Facetune, do what you need to do.
Give me a freckle or two, but stop giving me 50 chins that I didn't ask for.
Also, whoever's doing it, I'm gonna find you. And I'm convinced they a barb. I done talked enough shit
my God.
About Nicki Minaj. Whoever is behind our thumbnails is a barb and they're coming for my life.
Well, they don't need to come from my life because they already tried to come for me in the comments over some bullshit that was not even really what I said. But it's okay.
Yeah, but leave them barbs alone.
Yeah, nah, I'm not because that's who's making my thumbnails.
Well, I love Nicki Minaj, so they're dumb.
They'll start leaking your diet and shit like that. Like, we found her diet. Let's
what diet, bitch? They ain't nothing to leak, nigga. Fuck you leaking.
Nah, that's what they really be on, the type of time they be on.
They be on some bullshit time, but they also be on this time to make these thumbnails where it's just like, we record for 2 fucking hours and that's the one you pick? That's the one? They want war. They chose violence, and I'm here for it. So hold on. Here goes Bridget's. I want all the smoke.
There we go.
Bring it here.
Pull up.
And I know you're in LA. I'll take that 6-hour flight, baby. I don't know who you is, but baby, I'm gonna get in them group chats.
So you just gonna take a flight and just be out there.
All right, Wayno. Now you're making me look. Listen, I was gonna pull up like
Yosemite Sam.
Right. Yeah, y'all crazy. I had fun today.
I'm so glad you came.
I had a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
And y'all know we gonna go ahead and vibe out when we get out of here, because if we going to, we gonna say
everyone
happy
enjoy your week. First week of March, new month, new energy, new vibes, new manifestations.
Look, and I know I wanted to get out on some really like whoop whoop whoop. Bust that.
That was what you wanted to. You can't do that.
But I decided we're gonna get out because it was her birthday week, and she is a queen, baby.
Yes.
Shout out to Erykah Badu for her motherfucking birthday. Yes. So this is just a Booty Fade remix. You know it gotta say booty in it.
Yeah, 50 where, Erykah? 50 where, ma'am?
Where?
Write the book, sell the book, share the secret, sis.
So shout out to everybody who watches us on the YouTube, tweets us. Wayno, where can they find you? Where you at now? Where can they find you?
I'll be telling where I'm at very soon.
He's making announcements soon. I'm excited. We got it before the real press run. This is a pre-press
Sooner or later,
run.
I'm going to be announcing. But as of right now, you can just find me, Wayno119 on every platform. Even if you play PlayStation 5 and you want some 2K smoke, I'm
this
there.
is not the audience for that, by the way.
It might be.
All the gamers
they're still tuned in.
Oh, they're tuned in?
They might be
Okay.
tuned in. It's a lot of people that game. They don't like to let people know that that's what they do. But Wayno119 across every single platform. And I will be announcing where I'm going soon.
Well, thank you so much for joining.
We're so happy to have you.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun today.
Yay!
For real. I had so much fun
You can come back whenever you want.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Say less. Well, guys, this has been, you know what I mean? See, the thing is, and we got to get them drops. I know you caught it when Wayno said it. We got to put your drops in our shit.
Let's do it.
This is Wayno saying, see, the thing is. Nah, but shout out to y'all that keep rocking with us. We gonna keep bringing y'all this content. Don't think we going any motherfucking where every Tuesday. And we gonna get Bridget back for the Titty Tuesday, baby.
Yeah, we giving y'all Tracksuit Tuesday. We giving. Yo, I meant to say on the way out before we leave, we had to congratulate Jason Sudeikis because Ted Lasso is one of my favorite shows too on Apple Plus, and he won for best comedic actor from the Golden Globes last night.
All right,
so that's
shout
fire.
out to him.
Yeah, I just felt like I needed to. I'm dressed like a footballer. So
and shout out to Wayno.
Shout out to Wayno.
Shout out to my little sister. It's her birthday.
Shout out to your little sister.
Yes.
And shout out to everyone in Atlanta who hasn't got their car robbed or broken into, because I know y'all are dealing with the stress down there.
Y'all crazy.
I'm just saying.